Let's go. Welcome to the Underground Crypto Deep Dive Research Show. And here we are. Let's see. Let's get us to where we actually need to be here. This is the Crypto Bubbles 1 through 100 by market cap. How's everybody feeling tonight? The chat seems to be already rolling really good. Thank you for everybody for being here. Camsta in the house. Bankroll in the house. Melissa. Blues guy, I'm sure, is on his way. I don't see him in here yet. Shout out to Blues Guy, Melissa, Camsta, Bankroll, and of course all the other undergrounders. So we have IP is down -3%, but nothing crazy. I'm on the hour again. That's what it was. I did that yesterday. So Dash up 44% today. What did it go up to? $67. On the year, it's up 64%. Today, it's up 44%. Again, up to... It was as high as $67.57. Right now it's at $58.24. Pepe up 16%. Things are booming. Are we going to get the super cycle year that everybody has been talking about? Who knows, but we're moving into 2026 with some very positive price action. A lot of things up over 10%. Injection 12%. Optimism 12%. Near almost 10%. ENA 13%. Even Dogecoin got a little 8.5%. What did it almost get back to 15 cents? TIA 14 cents or 14%, sorry. Bonk 13%. So a lot of things. Let's drop down 100. We usually look at our first 300 here. Says good, I'm off work. Yay, hey, I'm glad to hear that. Admina Nave? Amina Nav? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but shout out to Admina Admana. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, and I do apologize, but he says, hello, everybody. Welcome them into the chat. Thank you very much for being here. Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button gently. And there is a link to our Discord, and it's in the chat, but I didn't pin it, so I guess I need to pin that, huh? So it's pinned in the chat. If you give me 2 seconds to go ahead and hit the pin button. And that'll take you to our free Discord. Thought I pinned it, but I guess I didn't. All right. Well, it is pinned now. So yeah, hop into our free Discord where we chat when we're not live streaming. And we are all about raising your crypto IQ, but we keep a pulse on the market right off the bat for the show. I will introduce our IQ raising topic of the day. And this is episode 2 in our new series. Starts over every Monday. So yesterday would have been episode 1. So we have Axes, Infinity, and Lifer was saying that this thing looked like it was about to pump, and it pumped up to $1.23. I wonder what's going on with that. Do they have some kind of new game out? Is it being revitalized? I don't know. We'll have to check that out. And there are just so many things here. Decred, 17% pump. Fartcoin, 15% pump. Sand, 12% pump. Pith Network, 10% pump. Over 10%, I should say. IOTA, 12%. Tibber, 11%. RSR, 13%. Brett with a 9.3%. SNX, 11%. Zen, 14%. And we could just keep going on. 14% for Melania. So the altcoin's starting to rally a little bit here, you could say. I talked about R yesterday and how everything was running into other privacy coins besides Zcash. Not surprised to see the 50% pump today in R. Kind of saw that coming. That's Pirate Coin. That is a privacy coin. Barra up 30.6% or 30%. It just changed on me. Ordi 27%. So there's some big percentages here out of tokens that you would know, right? Ronin up 22.6%. Even Peanut, the old meme coin there, up 11%. This is safe. Okay, it's just safe. Up 15%, Cow up 13%. I mean, it looks like everything across the board. Popcat getting a almost 13% move. So everything getting a really nice move here. Let's bounce it back to 100. So we are in the right place when I come back to it later in the show. And look at that, Bitcoin above 95,000. That I love to see. Are we able to hold it? I don't know. Said I'm scooting, guys. Talk to you in a bit. Okay. We will talk to you shortly then, I guess, Melissa. Bitcoin at $95,246. Just changed to $235, but you get the point. This is real live price action, so it moves. And a very parabolic looking chart on the 7 days here for Bitcoin. That's pretty cool. 1.9% in the last 7 days. Oh, we're in trending. I was like, what is going on? This is not where we're supposed to be. This is where we're supposed to be. Buy market cap, 3.33 trillion. The overall market cap of all cryptos up 4.7%. That's pretty nice for a one day move there. Ethereum, $3,329, up 1.2% in the last 7 days. Who else is excited about some positive price action in crypto? XRP got a little bit of a pump today, 5.6%, but it's still down 6.1%. So it has not really overcome how much it dipped in the last 7 days. BNB, $947, 3.4% in the last 7 days. Solana, $145, 3.3% in the last 7 days. Dogecoin, up 8.3% today, and it's still down 1.7% in the last 7 days. Cardano, 42 cents, and it is up to, well, no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's up 0.5%, but it's up 9.4% in the last 24 hours. So everything yesterday, there were a lot of altcoins that had a pretty big dip on the daily, pretty much erasing their last 7 days, and you're seeing some things really dig themselves out of it. Of course, Monero moving to number 14 by market cap, $670 for that Monero coin. XMR is the ticker, 51.9%, and look at that chart up and to the right in the last 7 days. Seeing a lot of things pump right now, right? But everything has been so beat down for a while that these pumps are really just trying to get us back to good spots where we were already. They're not, they're definitely not all-time highs for stuff. We're not to that spot yet. Embrace the pump. Exactly. XLM 1.6%. Shout out to Bankroll. You 1.6% negative for XLM on the 7-day before I rush off to say something else. Bankroll, how you doing with your trades today? You catch any good ones today? SWE up 6.5% in the last 24 hours, but it's just barely down 0.2% in the last 7 days. Zcash at $412. Still getting hammered away here. A little bit of a 4% pump today, down 17.7%. Looks like the money moved out of Zcash and it's going other places. Avalanche $14.74, 1.7% in the last 7 days. Hyperliquid $25.83, still down 8.5% in the last 7 days, but up 7.2%. In the last 24 hours. Looks like you could pretty much pick almost any coin that's in the top 100 here and just threw a trade in and got something out of it, right? I guess if you didn't get wicked out of your trade, that is. Canton Network 3.6% in the last 24 hours, and HBAR 12 cents, up 7.1% in the last 24 hours. And let's go see where that Flare coin is. Did it make it back into the top 100? No, not yet. Let's go down. Next page. And it's still sitting at 106. That's for Blues Guy. Hopefully he's going to show up here soon. I have good confidence that he will. Gray Brother, I'm in 3, still holding Zek, Monero, and ZKP. Okay, Sol slowly moving back up. That's good news for me. Yeah, that's what you're who I think of, Camsto, when I look at the Sol price. I do own some Sol myself, so I'm always glad to see Sol moving as well. This long sleeve shirt is hot. Let me turn on my fan here. Perfect. Now I'm not burning up. So we are looking at what is trending today, but before we even do that, let's port ourselves over in the back end to TradingView. I always click it too early. All right, there we are. It's on the light. This is not BTC. This is lighter here. Looks like lighter is even kind of double bottoming there, but let's go look at BTC and look at that. I mean, whoa. It looks like it's about to go for more. It really does. Look at that thing. On the 15-minute looks beautiful. I mean, that looks pretty awesome. I mean, you could take that shorter measured move. I don't think that you would normally take the whole thing, but I guess you could. That would give you a much bigger measured move here. And that says 99,300. At the big stop, short stop, 97,500. I mean, if you're going to continue to roll, that seems like a good place to be your next stop there before it flags out again. And look at that thing, just chilling on the 21, above the 200 now many times. With this much space in the moving averages, many times you're coming back down, but you can see that the 15-minute stochastic RSI has reset. And you can see that you have bullish div on the 15. I mean, take a look at that thing compared to that. And there's your bullish div on the 15-minute. So if we're hot and we're really bullish, you're going to move up, right? You're going to get that pump out of this. Just wanted to show that. Look at the stop hunt for the shorts, decimated. Look at the stop hunt for the shorts, decimated. Okay. Forgot to set a goal for the super chats. I always think that's kind of fun to do. Let's do that. Take 2 seconds here. Just give me a second here. Make even the lowest ones count. All right, get that rock and see if we can hit a goal. We didn't hit it yesterday, but that's okay. It's just there for fun. All right, get us back to trading view. All right, now I'm in the right place. So while I'm here, is there anything anybody wants to look at? I mentioned lighter here. We had lighter. I don't know why it locks on like that. It's really annoying. Having a bit of a double bottom. Is it going to turn into an inverted head and shoulder? Or are you just getting the W? W for the win, right? Now let's throw some support underneath there at about $2.05. And that thing is just like BTC is on the other side. This thing's very far away from its 200. A lot of space between the moving averages. Might see that thing pump back up. Hyper was on the radar. I was trying to put it in a flag, but it was a long flag here, so it seems like more of like a rounded bottom. Maybe you're going to get a nice cup and handle here shortly. There was another one I really wanted to show. Here's Sol. We were showing under as it got rejected here by the 8 hour, and now you're above the 8 hour, so that's a good place to be above that 8 hour. A lot of times people would just hop in a trade here and throw their stop loss under the 8 hour. When the Stokes come back, I mean, personally, I'd wait for these stochastics to reset, but it is a big time frame. All right. And I don't see anybody putting anything in for TA right now, so we will hop back over and we'll come back to this after we look at what is trending, where then we'll know kind of more what we want to look at here. So things that are trending: BTC, Pepe, Monero, Solana, Dash, Ethereum, Pudgy Penguin, Zcash, Lighter, which we already looked at, Polkadot, Pirate Chain, which we already talked about. Pirate Chain up 131% in the last 7 days. Monad actually down 16.5% with a 10.8% pump today. Barachain having a 28% pump today. Sui, Dogecoin, none of those new on the radar. Usually when we've been pulled down a lot and then then Bitcoin gets a pump, you're going to see things like Dogecoin, Pepe, Solana, the bigger coins. They're going to catch a lot of that first, and then it will kind of ride itself down into the lower altcoins. Not a whole lot to report or really look at here on CoinGecko. Let's go ahead and go to Crypto Rank, where, wow, we have definitely moved up here in our Fear and Greed Index. 48. We're already in the yellow zone. You see how quick that can move. Yesterday we were at 26. We're back to where we basically were 7 days ago. So we had a nice little pump, right? Then cooled off. And we kind of talked about it cooling off when we showed some of the charts. Things were really far away, basically kind of where they are right now. But can the momentum keep up? The timing is better. It's only Tuesday, so you could easily get another couple of days out of this pumpage. Camsta says ZKP. I think he's saying for some TA here. We'll hop over and do that real quick. Why not? I wish I had a quick button to change in between these, but I don't. I gotta manually change it. All right. So let's go look at ZKP. And where do we want to look at it at? I think Coinbase will be good. That's in USD. I want it in USDT. And that is ZK Pass. Yeah. All right. It's in USDC, but that's okay. Shouldn't matter much. All right. So this thing, they have it from the 19th of December, 2025. So it would be a newer coin. So maybe not be on the 8 hour here. 4 hour doesn't look totally different. And it's been making a lot of these long, like, falling wedges, right? You had one here, had one here, and then it just went sideways. And then you have another big one right there. So that seems to be the pattern that this thing is making. It doesn't make a lot of sense to look at it on such a large time frame without, a lot of price history. I mean, right off the bat, see that cup and handle. But that cup and handle's coming all the way down to the bottom. Actually, I wouldn't even call it a cup and handle. I'd say it's more like a double bottom, setting up for a W. Just like the M pattern loves to dump us, W pattern loves to pump us, and a lot of times it also turns into that inverted head and shoulder. Man, it still looks like a cup and handle to me. You just came all the way back down, which a lot of times it's not the best thing for a cup and handle, but it's great for a double bottom, absolutely. And yeah, if you look at this thing, looks like you're losing, you're threatening, you're just toying with the 200. Don't you love how that works? That it's like over here where it had a bunch of support, it was also all over the 200. You pumped up, you came back down. I mean, you wicked really hard. What do you think that wick was all about? What do you think this wick was all about here? That wick. That wick was all about the liquidity that was built here. So for the people here, when this price action came down like this, stop losses were here. They pumped up into profit, and a lot of the people who did not take their profit because they weren't scalping, they were looking for that bigger position, more long term, whoop, right down into liquidity and knocked them out, right? The people who stayed in were the people who probably put their stop losses a little deeper than the rest. And now you got to just see what you're doing here. I don't see any super obvious pattern here other than a double bottom. Yeah, look at that inverted head and shoulder over here. I haven't done TA on this coin. That inverted head and shoulder really launched that pump there. So, I mean, I guess one thing you could do is put a stop loss. They've already sweeped liquidity here. They might do it again. I don't know this coin that well. It hasn't been out very long, but put your stop loss maybe a little deeper like I showed over here, under this over here. And then hope that that 200 keeps you up. But if you lose that 200 and close like a 1 hour or a 15-minute candle under it, I would probably bail on the trade. But that's just what I would do. You do what you want to do. That's what I have to say about that. Let's check out the hour, see if we can kind of flag it there. Let's see what you get a measured move out of there. Looks like up to 17 cents for sure. All right, and we'll keep that on the radar and see how it goes. Yes, thank you, sir. Before a pump, stop hunt. What's the coin? What is this coin? ZK Pass, you mean? What is ZK Pass? That seems like a perfect transition back over to where we were. Let's see. Crypto Fear and Greed Index, and we will then bounce back over to CoinGecko, and we will type in ZKP. And what does ZK stand for? Zero knowledge. Zero knowledge pass. So you know it's going to have something to do with zero knowledge. It says it's infrastructure, also a privacy coin, and an oracle, of course, zero knowledge. That's anytime you see ZK now, it means zero knowledge, almost guaranteed. Ethereum contract, BNB smart contract. Let's go straight to the website since you were really just asking what is it. Welcome to the verifiable internet. I remember going over this website lots of time. Protocol for private data based on MPC, ZKP, and 3P TLS. That is technical stuff right there. Verify your real world private data without revealing your private details. So the whole thing is about what ZK is. ZK is all about a mathematical way in which they can verify data and transactions that they are legitimate and have what they say that they have without actually ever revealing the private data. There you go. And if you launched a portal, it's got all kinds of strange things in the back end. You know, they have like this leaderboard, and they have, this is a lot of like very like, how to say it? Like, you know, you have your, They write it as like how we have our proof of work, proof of stake, and stuff like that. But these are different metrics, right, for these different users. So you have proof of attention, proof of humanity, proof of skill, proof of solvency, proof of society, proof of creation. So these are metrics to kind of verify. I don't know if these are AI agents or real people's accounts, but one or the other, could be both. This is a way to like kind of look at their score. If you were going to pick, like, if these were all potential people you could hire to do something, right? Who do you think you're trying to hire? You're trying to hire this guy, or like somebody in the top 3 or 5. You don't want to hire, you know, somebody way down here, 45, but his proof of, let's see, what is this one? Skill is like 40%. That's not very good. I want to hire the guy with 93%. So it's just like a metric of kind of looking at the users. This is very interesting, but again, it's all about zero knowledge. All right, we will move on from that. But that was fun. Thank you for pulling that up, Camp. So let's go to trending cryptos. And is the music playing? I should. It is playing. It's very low. Mic works, so that's good. I didn't do a mic check today, but I'm sure somebody would have told me if the mic really wasn't working. I'm going to turn the music up a hair if you don't mind. Even though I can't hear it, I think that having some music in the background is good. Wow, this looks a lot like it did yesterday, doesn't it? Katana Inu, one that I look forward to being able to play live on stream. DeFi Friday is coming up. It always comes fast. This Incaris Finance was literally trash. We clicked on it yesterday, and it just said there was like no information about it. Not even seed rounds or how much money they raised or a Twitter or a website. So for now, we're just going to leave that thing on the back burner. It needs to catch up. BeatSwap, we went over yesterday. It's about a actual blockchain platform for, you know, IP ownership right for beats and things like that. If you're a rapper or somebody, you understand how important it is to own your own beats or have the, you know, the legitimate right to them before you go make a hit. Anzen, I honestly don't really remember what Anzen is. We'll have to go over that again. I could be honest, I don't remember every single coin. The first time I ever heard of this coin was yesterday. So other than that, things that are trending, BNB, Belladex is a really interesting project. I like to see that it's hanging out and getting, you know, it's getting attention. It's been trending quite a few times. It's pumped quite a few times. It hasn't faded into irrelevance. Maybe we'll touch on that for a minute. Caspa, back in the trending. What is that thing even at? 4 cents, trying to hit 5 cents. Kind of interested to know what Caspa has done. And I have my notes. I really should write these down. Caspa would be one that would be probably worth looking at. Heck, I could just look at it right here. Let's move to the hour. Like a lot of things, it had a nice pump. Had an inverted head and shoulder here that definitely hit. Let's pull the measured move on this inverted head and shoulder. And let's go check that out. And yeah, inverted, the measured was right back to your previous local high there. And you definitely smashed right through it. So there you go. Is it worth doing anymore? I would go to maybe the 4 hour here. And in the 4 hour, you could kind of say you have another inverted head and shoulder that's starting to break out, just like it had done in the 1 hour. And let's pull the measured move on that for the heck of it. I don't know how I feel about this coin since they really botched up their rollout of smart contracts and stuff. I don't know all the nitty-gritty details. I just see what everybody says online, and then I know that the price action didn't do very well, and then all of the buzz about KRC20 tokens and stuff just disappeared overnight. Absolutely overnight, it was gone. So I would say it could have a nice pump up to like 5 cents. All right, I just really wanted to look at that because I haven't looked at a chart for Caspa in a long time. Algorand, BitTensor, again, when Bitcoin really starts to move something nice, it's going to be your bigger coins that capture a lot of that movement at first. It's something I didn't understand for a long time. I was sitting here wondering why Shiba Inu hasn't moved yet, right? Bitcoin's up, $5,000 in the last, 2 weeks or something, just kind of relating this to, previous, points of crypto I've been at, and I'm sitting there going like, why isn't Shiba Inu moving? Why isn't this moving? Why isn't that moving? I'm just using that as an example. I really don't own much Shiba. Anyways, my point is that and I'm sitting here watching a lot of the things in the top 100, top 200 pump, and the things that are lower are not getting any moves. That comes next, right? Like, these have to hold their gains. BTC has to have very small pullback or go sideways, maybe continue to pump, but not dramatic pullbacks in order for this money to keep trickling down into the smaller altcoins. Quick explanation of what zero knowledge is. Do you think it will be a big narrative going forward? Oh yeah. So here's a good way to think about it. Zero knowledge is the evolution of blockchain technology at its core. It was, a lot of times we had like optimistic roll-ups and stuff. So don't even worry about the word on the end, right? Roll-ups or any of that. Don't worry about that. You had optimistic form of verification where literally it's exactly what it sounds like. You were optimistic that the transaction that you are validating is legitimate. And then if anybody disputes it as being legitimate, then they go back and check it out and maybe take it off of the block, whatever, right off the top of the dome, that doesn't really sound like a very secure way to do things, because even if it's for a short amount of time, something could get through that was completely illegitimate. So then somebody invented ZK, which is a mathematical way of verifying. This all comes down to verifying a network. See, think about this. If you have a blockchain, if you have a network, Camsta, and anybody can verify anything, even if it's completely false, you have fraud. You have a crappy network, right? You have no security. And so they had a way of going about it. Optimistic roll-up, optimistic proof, stuff like that. I mean, you literally have a chain called Optimism that was built off of this technology, and that's all there was. Technology moves quick and it builds off of itself. Zero knowledge, to answer your question a little more directly, zero knowledge is a mathematical way of proving the transaction, the data in the transaction, that it is legitimate without actually knowing what the data is. It's a little bit mathematically techy and over my head for the nitty-gritty details of how they actually do it, but you see it everywhere, so it must work. I mean, there's a lot of really bright devs and people who look at this stuff, and they all agree that it works. So it must work. That's my opinion. How it's implemented everywhere is different. And you have roll-ups, you have proofs, you have all kinds of stuff like that. I could get into that, but I don't think that's really your question. But it's zero knowledge because they have zero knowledge of what the details of the transaction are, but they're able to prove that that is legitimate. Go figure. How exactly they do it, I don't know. It sounds great. If we found out at some point that it was not really able to perfectly verify, then I guess I would believe it because they have zero knowledge of what it is. But for now, I'm going to assume that it is on the up and up because it's being implemented everywhere. So again, to reiterate, it is the evolution of previous verification into a new form of verification. All right. Okay, so it helps to prevent fraud. Yeah, sure. And it is helping to prevent fraud, but it's also mostly wrapped around verification of a network, of a blockchain. I don't know how well you understand how a blockchain works, but we've gone over all kinds of information about it. So I hope that, we've raised the crypto IQ on how blockchain technology actually works. Anyways, over here we have our 20 most visited coins in the last 7 days. Zama. I am honestly kind of tired of talking about Zama, but Zama's raised a crap ton of money. So we'll just touch on it real quick. And it says like no raising not set, but you come down here and it says, oh wait, am I confused? Oh no, here it is. I do this every time. In the Series B here, they raised $57 million, which seems like a nice chunk of money to me. They are about cryptography company dedicated to developing open source homomorphic encryption tools for development. And what is encryption? I mean, that's crypto, right? That's cryptography, encryption. That's what this is all about. And they're doing a different, spin on it, homomorphic encryption. And we went over what that means. I don't want to bore the people to death with overly technical stuff. So we're just going to keep moving along. Then you have ZenChain. ZenChain has been on the radar quite a few times. Let's move this thing to like the 4 hour. There we go. Let's see when this coin came out. January 7th, 2026. So not very long ago, right? 6 days ago. 11.6 million, and it's been as high as 43.3 million. This is where you lose me a lot of times. And I've just started to really look at this a lot more, the discrepancy between where the market cap is at and how high it's been before, with keeping in mind that you're in a really short time frame. Like, you lost, you know, from 43 million to 11.5 million in less than like 6 days. That's a lot of money to lose really quick out of a project. Sounds like a lot of early people sold off. Z-Chain is a layer 1 blockchain solution. So layer 1, there's your category, designed to enhance cross-chain interoperability between Bitcoin and Ethereum. There you go. So it's almost like a Bitcoin DeFi play, Ethereum DeFi play, and they want to connect those two networks. Honestly, I don't think that Bitcoin DeFi is very strong. I really don't. I don't think it's the strongest narrative out there. That's for sure. I don't see Blues Guy in here. I'm wondering if maybe Blues Guy is at a, you know, music rehearsal kind of thing for a gig he's got coming up. That may be it. Fogo keeps popping back up. We looked at it yesterday. It's an SVM layer 1 blockchain designed to deliver real-time experience at scale. They've raised $8 million, which is, I would say, you know, more normal. When you see them raising like 50, 60, 70, $100 million, like, that means they've convinced some people that what they're doing is legitimate and also, you know, solving a big problem and making a lot of money in the future. Stop paying your latency tax. Well, I'm all for stop paying taxes of any kind. The greatest on-chain trading experience, Solana Virtual Machine Layer 1. 141.6 thousand followers, pin post, 104,000 impressions from 5 hours ago. The Fogo airdrop claim page is live. Check your allocations. Claims go live January 15th. So you can see if you're eligible, and then I guess maybe you can put in, or maybe you have to come back on the 15th. I'm not quite sure how that works, but Fogo, if you were somehow involved in it, you might have yourself a nice airdrop. And let's go to the website. Maybe you'll remember the website. So zero compromise. I'm just reading things that aren't even there. No latency, no friction, no bullshit. That's what it says. Now explore the mainnet. Explore mainnet Genesis. No latency, no friction. Built by experts who know what matters. Now I would say this thing was probably recently gone to mainnet, right? Which makes a lot of sense because people who participated in the test net are probably the people who are getting airdropped. The rest of us had no idea that this thing even existed, right? Transfer tokens. Fogo sessions enable users to connect to Fogo with any Solana compatible wallet while eliminating the need to pay for gas and constantly sign transactions. Single sign-on meets on-chain transaction. Learn more about Fogo sessions here. Go to Fogo Portfolio, connect your wallet, SVM wallet, click transfer in, approve the transaction in your Solana wallet, and see your transactions on the Fogo Explorer. So this is how you use it. I kind of get what they're saying. I don't totally understand why I need this other than I don't have to pay fees. That's what I'm getting from it. Is like a way to kind of permanently sign in so that I don't have to keep paying fees every time I sign. Maybe pick up your rod and cast. Yeah, we were looking at this whole start fishing thing. Honestly, I had no idea how this thing actually works. The very first game on Fogo. Every cast, every catch is recorded forever on the blockchain. Start fishing. And let's see, you can sign in. You got to accept this big old long thing. Am I going to read that? No, I'm not going to read that. What the point of this thing is, I have absolutely no idea. Use your address. Suggest transactions to approve. Okay, you can do that. I'm fine with that. How long do I want the session? 1 hour. That's fine by me. All right, and here we are. This feels more like DeFi gaming. I'm not sure exactly what the heck is going on. Oh, you got to buy a boat? I can't just fish? I don't want to buy no boat. Let's use the demo boat. Get a real boat, I guess. So you just click like, oh, snap. We got an uncommon fish. The other day, I didn't know if I felt like going through with this. Okay. So you just keep clicking different spaces here. There's no limit on how many of these I can click. I mean, obviously with no limit on how much I'm clicking here, I'll just click forever, right? Oh, I got a mythical fish. Okay. This is pretty interesting, but like, honestly, I'm just going to click every single one of these because it doesn't seem like there's any reason not to maximize our hits here. One mythical fish. Let's see. Can we get another mythical fish out here? Bang. Got to hit the ones closest to us. Another uncommon. Okay. Moving to a new fishing hole. And then what, we just do this forever? What is the point of this? That's what I'm wondering. Honestly, it looks kind of cool. I don't know what the point of this is. I don't know how long you guys want to watch me fish here. I want another mythical fish. And then it's giving me, what is that, 100 coins? I don't see any of them actually popping up in my balances. I don't know, it just seems like all you really do is just click all of these. Whoa, what is it doing there? And then it'll just move to a new fishing hole. So what, you could just infinitely like hit these? I'm just trying to think. I mean, it's interesting. I like the visual, right? I could be a sucker sometimes for the visuals on these things. It's kind of cool. But I don't know what the heck the point of this is. All right, this is the last one I'm doing. Don't worry, guys. It'll move you to a new fishing hole, I guess, endlessly. Is this like a form of like mining or something? So network difficulty updates in 20 hours and 20 seconds. Fish per catch decreases as the difficulty rise. Upgrade fish cost auto scale with difficulty to keep time to upgrade roughly stable. We're in demo mode, I guess, because what, we didn't buy a boat. That's why I'm not getting anything here, because I didn't actually like buy a boat. This looks really interesting. So most crypto games print infinite tokens until they're worthless. Fish is different. Bitcoin style halving, emissions cut 50% every 14 days. Early players earn 16 times more than latecomers. I'm pretty sure we're already latecomers here. Dynamic difficulty, daily adjustment, keeps emission targets more players, harder mining, stable supply. 10% processing fee, hold unprocessed fish and earn yield from others. This seems pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, this seems actually really interesting. I'm gonna move that to the back of our tabs here and we'll come to this another time. Melissa says I'm home. Society X says you're in demo. Yeah, I said that. We're in demo. But I think for $5 for playing around and for the stream here, I think we might just buy a boat. Society Accent, it seems like maybe you understand this game like you've played it before. Once I buy a boat, well, I'll be at a demo, right? At that point, I'll be in the real thing. Sucks because I got a mythical fish. I'm sure you can get those. It's probably not that hard, but I would have liked to keep that one. And I would go right now and buy a fishing boat and do this, but it doesn't seem like the right time in the stream to do that. So anyways, we looked at it yesterday, but I didn't go as far as I went today. So that was pretty cool. I kind of like that. I guess you could call it mining. Is that considered mining? It's like a gamified mining. I like that. I'm in there for that one. Even if I can't say I really know what all this thing actually does. Yesterday we did go to their ecosystem for Fogo, and you could see there were quite a few things. I'm not going to read them all over again, but there's quite a few things here in their ecosystem. You could just pick something like, say, a DEX, and you'll get all the DEXs that are involved here. That makes it simple. All right, let's move on and finish our due diligence here on what's trending. because it would be easy for me to just start playing some games and just go that. Please do. Society Excellent. I haven't seen you in here before. Thanks for stopping in. Have you bought a boat? Have you done that before? I don't know. Just you saying you're in demo made me feel like you knew about that project. Maybe you were just pointing out the obvious at the top of the screen. I'm not sure. But thank you for being here. Hit the like button and subscribe if you love people raising their crypto IQ. And if you want to be a part of a great community where people are more like crypto family. All right, why did I go out of that? So here's Rain, which is weird because there's another project called Rain that's already been kind of popular. It's kind of like Polymarket, betting on stuff. This is different. This is also called Rain, but it's a financial technology company that helps businesses issue payment cards globally. They're backed by Coinbase Ventures, so maybe they're not so bad. They've raised $338.5 million. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they're probably going to do what they said they're going to do, and they're probably going to do all right. But they only have 14.5 thousand followers. Not really surprised. It's hard to drum up a bunch of excitement over on crypto Twitter with stablecoin powered cards. Although it's probably really useful and probably a great money maker for the team behind it, bringing in transaction fees and stuff like that. To the everyday person, they're probably not that excited about it. Pinpost had 306,000 impressions from January 9th, not very long ago. On-chain rails have proven their value. Rain is making them usable to everyone and keeping them invisible in the process. I think that's cool. The rest of their posts, not so much here. This one got 52,000. So it seems like they have some random pops where they get a good bit of attention. Overall, the attention's about what you would expect from somebody with 14.5 thousand followers. But it looks like they're doing their thing. They're new, right? I'm not trying to be overly hard on them. They are pretty new. And let's back out of that. Ranger. Decentralized exchange platform designed to connect different trading markets into a single entity. I thought this project was cool. It's a little bit hard because it becomes very, congested. There's a lot of decentralized exchanges. How many of them do we need, right? Well, before it was like, okay, well, you have a couple of decentralized exchanges on each network. Now they're all starting to be like interoperable. So at that point, how many of them do we really need? That's the question here. And I like, again, in a short period of time, because this thing has not been out very long, you will see it came out the 10th of January, 2026. Market cap, 8.6 mil. And the all-time high, only 8.8 mil. It can be a little deceiving when you see these pull downs, right? But that's all in perspective. It's not like it went from 30 million to 8 million. It went from 8.8 million to 8.6 million. You know what I'm saying? That's a big difference. So that's one thing to keep an eye on. So, and Society Exit, if you're still here, I'll probably buy a boat at the end of the stream, or the Underground Crypto Hangout at the end of the stream, where we hang out, play, some DeFi games and chat with everybody in the crypto family over here, all my undergrounders. So of course, let's go look at the website, see if they picked up any more attention since the last time we looked at it, which would have been yesterday. 34.4 thousand followers, 579 members in their community, not huge. 35,000 impressions. Pin post January 12th, yesterday. Okay, got you. It's not bad at all. It's almost 100%, or it's actually over 100% there for impressions versus followers. It's kind of cool. Let's hop over to their website. So they have some attention. It's not monumental, but for how many followers they have, it's pretty good. One thing that I keep saying about this is I'm impressed with how many different pairs they have. Yes, ETH, Sol, and BTC you can trade 100x, but I don't see anything else at 100x. But as I scroll here, I see tons of coins that I know, lots of coins that I don't know, and it goes and goes and goes and goes and goes, and that's just for perpetuals. That was just perpetuals. Let's see how spot is. Oh, it's going to start me at the bottom here. AI16C. We have a lot of, okay, not as many spot coins, but they have some for sure. Then you have X stocks, which are cool if you're somebody who came from TradFi in the stock world and you've just, you know, maybe you've been here a little bit, but you've been over there, then these things excite you a little bit more. Maybe to trade, you know, a wrapped version of Tesla over here is exciting to you. You got pre-stocks. Bonk.fun only has really one thing in it, but it's a whole category. Seems like they might add more stuff. So for me, a DEX is about as good as the amount of pairs and stuff that I can actually trade, because if I want to trade something and I can't get it, I'm probably going to go somewhere else to trade it, right? Or I'm just going to be limited and I'll be upset about it. I guess if I'm too stubborn to go somewhere else, right? And it's probably everything. I haven't played around with this a lot. It goes up to 100x on Sol, which I'm already preset on. It's everything you would think it would be. You got a chart, trading view, basically. You have a price, you have your leverage, you have, once you connect your wallet, I'm sure you have, you know, the ability to set up a long, a short, where your liquidations are. It's basically the same as any centralized or decentralized exchange. Flashing that Panzer Dogs right there, one of our favorite DeFi games to play in the Underground Crypto Hangout. Usually me and Blues Guy and Camster are on there. Melissa says hello to the new guy in the chat. I don't know if he's still here. If you're still here, throw us another chat. Let us know you stuck around. I would appreciate that. All right. What is this? SON Spur Protocol. And I just want to say shout out to everybody in the past, I don't know, since we got super chats. Shout out to everybody who sent in a super chat and showed some support for the underground community. I really appreciated that big time. Melissa sent in a super chat yesterday. We didn't hit the goal, but that's fine. I put the goal up there of 5 super chats. They start at $2 super chats. I don't care about that, guys. It's awesome when you send them in. It's cool when we hit the gold. I feel accomplished, but don't feel like you got to do that. A lot of it are my regulars who come constantly to every stream, so I'm not trying to have you all feel like you have to super chat every day. That's a little ridiculous when I'm used to doing this for free, and I'm glad to do it for my people. Anyways, Spur Protocol, 670,000 dollars raised so far, so not even $1 million. Spur Protocol is a decentralized governance. Wow, that just gets everybody super excited. Everybody loves governance. Governance seems like one of those things that's only exciting if you have a lot of money in a product, and it could be a lot of money to you, right? For somebody that might be $1 million. For you it might be $20,000. For somebody else, it might be $5,000, and it's enough to make them want to be a part of the governance. Now, with only $5,000, I doubt you have very much, pull in the voting, but maybe in a really small coin, maybe you do. Facilitating new age decentralization, building Sun's blockchain and Spur Swap. So there's going to be a Spur Swap. Okay. 291.8 thousand followers. Pin post from January 9th says 59,000 impressions. A little video about the token generation event official announcement. We're pleased to inform our community that after extensive deliberation and consultation, the minimum requirement for airdrop eligibility has been reduced to 1,000 Spur points. I don't know anything about how hard that is to get or what you have to do. I don't know. We are deep diving together as a community the way that this channel was designed. I don't have permission to see those resources apparently. So we will, I guess, go back to Crypto Rank and see if maybe they have a different website. Is it gonna? No, it does the same thing. Well, I'm not allowed to look at it, guys, so I guess I have to move on. Sometimes in life you just don't have permission to look at stuff. You know, you're not it. You're not the guy. They don't want you. I'm sure it's because I'm in America. Of course, I'm making a joke out of it. Brevis on the radar. BREV. That's one that'd be worth looking at. Oh, he says, howdy, cool. He's still here. I got into DEXs and I am staking on Onyx Network. Okay, we've heard of that. We've been over it. Hashtera, yep, network, and now thinking of SWE. Cool. I held Hashtera for a really long time. I wanted to consolidate something out of my portfolio. This was like, I don't know, 2023, and I sold all my HBAR, and Kind of wish that I would have waited because I had held it for like a year and a half. And as soon as I sold it, it pumped like a 3x, and I was very annoyed because it was literally as soon as I sold it. And I'd been holding it for like over a year and a half, maybe 2 years. So that was annoying. You just reminded me of it. Onyx Network is really interesting. Let's pull up Onyx Network real quick, because I feel like that might be something you want me to take a look at. Again, the way we work here, man, is if, or man, woman, I don't know. I have a tendency to say man. Maybe you're not a man. I apologize. Of course, I'm over here not looking at what I'm typing. Anyways, if there's anything you kind of want me to go over, then just let me know. So you put Onyx Network, and there's Onyx and Onyx Coin. There's XCN, Onyx Coin, and then there's ONYX just in general. I'm assuming you mean Onyx Coin. Just if this is not what you're talking about, then just please recorrect me here. 380 million in market cap. Max supply is 68.8 billion, and we're at 42.5 XCN. Okay, I thought so. I usually have a good distinction for that. This thing came out back around January 12th, 2026. So like, yesterday. That's on the max chart. So this thing looks like a pretty new token. I kind of already knew it was a newer token because we've gone over it a couple times. Layer 1, proof of stake, hence to why he's staking over there, because it's proof of stake. Let's go look at what kind of attention they have. This has come up on our radar of what's trending a couple of times, as kind of we just did in the beginning of the stream. I don't know if you caught that part, but we do that every day at the beginning of every stream so that we can keep a pulse on the market. So Onyx is an infrastructure for multi-asset scalable cryptographically secure ledger. That's a fun word. I haven't had to say that in a while. Powered by XCM. 59.8 thousand followers. They're followed by Zebek Network, so that's a good look. And look at this pin post. Oh, it's from September 7th. Okay, that makes sense. As a reminder, Onyx Coin token contract will always remain on Ethereum, as well as XCN staking and XCN governance. I swear we just read this like a day ago, or maybe it was yesterday. Be aware of imposters seeking to scam the community on the XCN airdrop or the XCN token contract, as it is the case. So basically they're saying if you go to Pancake Swap and you see ONYX on there, it's a fake coin, right? You're never going to be able to sell it. You could buy it. You could buy lots of it. You could buy tons of it, but you'll never be able to sell it. Anyways, 813,000 impressions. That's pretty good there. A lot of their regular posts looks like about 8 to 10,000 impressions on most of them. With only 59.8 thousand followers, that's not so bad. Let's go over to their website. And I certainly remember taking a look at this. Onyx is a modular blockchain. How is your crypto IQ? How do you feel about your crypto IQ? Even shout out to Society Extant. Do you really know what modular blockchain is? Are you familiar with that? We go over, see, this is here at Underground Crypto, the type of thing that we explain and we go over quite a bit. Like, what is a modular blockchain? Has it always been modular? Like, has that always been a big thing, or has it not been? And this is a new iteration of blockchain technology. Hint, hint. Designed for financial grade applications, offering near instant confirmations and lower fees. And when it comes to the crypto IQ, it's really for people who want to be more informed in the space, mostly so you can make better speculative plays and understand where we're going and when we're beginning to shift, kind of like ZK knowledge stuff that I was explaining earlier. That's a shift in blockchain technology. So things that are like behind the curve and they're still using not ZK technology or not modular blockchains, they might not be as cutting edge as things that are. Designed for financial grade applications, so this has a lot to do with applications. Cross-border designed banking securities payments, so cross-border payments, that's kind of an XRP narrative there, but again, a huge problem. Built as a layer 3. This is another IQ raising thing. Do you understand what a layer 1 is, a layer 2, a layer 0, a layer 3, layer 4? What does that even mean? Powered by Onyx Coin, transaction fees are paid in XCN with a portion burned. And of course, society, you might be well versed in what this stuff means. I'm just saying this for everybody. So Onyx is Ethereum ERC20 decentralized digital asset that operates in utility, gas, and governance. Let's go ahead and launch the dApp here, because I think that this is the fun part, right? This is the fun part of any project like this. It's not the Web 2 website that you go to. It's the Web 3 where I can connect my wallet. I can interact. My wallet is my profile. It is my user. It knows who I am when I connect my wallet because it knows what I have. So if I have things staked in here and I don't connect my wallet, you're not going to see any of the information. The minute I connect that wallet, it's like bang. And if I'm already logged in to my wallet in general, a lot of times it'll auto connect if you've already given it permission. That I love. To go to a website and it just immediately knows who you are, has all your information where you can view it and see it, and you never had to log in. Yeah, that's my kind of move in the right direction for technology here. So you got history, you got a swap, you got a bridge, as every good, financial thing does. So from base, see what other options we got. We can go from ETH base to Onyx. I don't know why you'd go from Onyx to Onyx. So you could swap from Onyx back to Ethereum. Okay, I guess you'd swap back to base at that point. Base being a layer 2 for Ethereum, if you didn't know. Farm is usually where a lot of the APY or the money generation comes from. Staking. 51.6 staking APR. That's really cool. What does Onyx Coin cost again? What is it? Less than a penny. So this thing is really interesting. I like that you get a really high yield. I wonder how long that would go for. Obviously APR, that's not daily, it's yearly. So I don't know, how long can it keep that up? A lot of times you see things with these high APRs and they honestly don't last more than 2 to 3 months, right? That's the truth. But maybe they can do it. Maybe they can hold out. Even if it went from like 51 to 20, still winning. That would still be great, right? Governance, you can see proposals, which is pretty cool. Increased native staking rate, establish multi-sig DAO, and global marketing activation. Pretty cool. You can be involved. They have AI agents. Blues guy in the house. Quick salutation, guys. I'm stuck in the snow and ice and water and shit weather. LOL. Just wanted to say blessings and gratitude, and hopefully someone will come push me out this ditch. Sorry, I'm here in spirits, man. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're stuck in a ditch. That is a little bit lame. All right, and so you could get started here if you connect your wallet. Let's see what kind of wallets we have. Sign in with an actual wallet, right? All wallets. So there's 500 plus wallets. Is that what that just said? It says 500 plus all wallets, but I don't actually see. Yeah, I don't actually see 500 wallets there. And you can connect with Google. You can connect with Apple. They have a lot of options there. That's cool. And then you have the points. Points APR. I don't really know what that does. You get points and then you earn more points. This looks pretty cool. We'll touch on this over time. Keep coming back to it. All right, and one thing that I wanted to do was bounce back over to our trading view, and let's look at Onyx Coin. Why not? We were looking, this is ZKP here, and let's look at Onyx. What was it again? The ticker OCN. That looks like, oh no, that's Odyssey. OXN. Now I'm just guessing. Let me just actually go back and grab it. I already forgot the ticker. Sorry about that. XCN. I should have known that. I really should have known that. All right, and where do we want to look at it? I think Coinbase would be a good place to take a look at it. And let's pull it on the 4 hour. Wow. That looks pretty good. As a flag. I'll take that. With a very big measured move. And looking like you might get a pump. And this is just some quick TA. We'll move down in time frames to a high penny, 0.017. All right, so let's drop down to the hourly, see if we see something a little better. I mean, you're above the 200 on the 1 hour. That's great. I do see very much that this was like an Adam and Eve. It's like a 90% pump right there. And I dare say you're flagging out. Let's maybe go look at it on the 15. Oh, a head and shoulder. I do see a head and shoulder there. It's kind of hard to not see that head and shoulder. But what is that going to do to you? Let's take a look at that measured move. I mean, if you pull like a full measured move, wick and all, that could put you pretty down. But assume that we don't use the full wick. I don't know how the lifer would feel about this. He'd probably pull the whole wick, huh? Yeah, that brings you back down. Looks like you had a good amount of support here and here. So that looks like it would maybe bring you back down to challenge some of that support. Really, it'd be down here. But overall, assuming that head and shoulder doesn't play out, or maybe this dump is all you got. See, sometimes the head and shoulder starts to play out and we're really bullish and the 200 MA just holds us up, right? Just keeps you from going lower. Because, I mean, you were really close here, right? And let's grab it and flag it. Flag that bad boy out. Bang. Measured move. Bang. In the more short term, looking like 0.0096. And you can pull your percentages from where we are right this second, 7.3%, to your bigger target, which I guess would be better to go back to the hour to look at here because it's way up there. You'd look at 95% if you went for the much bigger target. I don't know this coin that well and its movement and behavior, so I don't exactly know what, big impulses it usually gets. Looks like it was doing not a whole lot of anything for a really long time. Pull it into the 4 hour. Oh, this token has been around a while, it looks like. Let's go to the daily. Whoa. And again, it's talking about the 29th of June, but 2022. So XCN has been around a while. Whatever I said previously, I don't think was correct, whatever platform I was on. And the daily is just hanging out on the 200, right? All right, I feel like that was pretty sufficient there. Anything else anybody wants me to look at? I'm looking for this at least 2 months, hopefully. Okay. Yeah, and this move here says something around Saturday the 17th. That would be a lot of move very quickly. Maybe it's a little bit farther out. A lot of times it takes longer to get here, maybe more like the 27th versus the 17th. Anything else anybody else wants me to go over while we're still on the charts? How's everybody feeling? Everybody awake out there? Is anybody interested in what their crypto IQ is? Would they be interested if there was a test that you could take to determine what your crypto IQ was? Would you take it? Would you want to know? Or would you not want to know? That's the question. And I will, in just a second here, begin to introduce our talking points for today. Of course, it's being slow. Feel free to throw something in the chat if you want me to take a look at it before we move on here. And the hidden economy of fees, gas, and MEV. What does MEV stand for? Anybody tell me? All right, Blue Sky is out of the ditch. He says, ask and you will receive. All right, so what else do we want to take a look at? I still got Clanker up. Clanker had a nice pump, but then it just wicked out super hard. It's kind of odd. He had it in this very kind of odd falling wedge there with a measured move to like 53. If you don't know, Clanker or Token Bot only has 1 million max supply, and it's not even fully vested. It's very close, but it's not even fully vested. I haven't looked at XAN in a really long time. Wow. Okay, XAN. It looks good on the chart, but it's actually not all that hot, considering where you've been. So yeah, now we're up to almost 2 cents again. This thing has gotten just absolutely hammered, though. You got to say that it kind of looks like this. Which is pointing up, which normally is a continuation pattern, but I don't know. It just got back above the 4-hour 200. So maybe with all this positive price action, XAM can go back. You can see this token actually hasn't been around that long. Let's go to the daily. And man, this thing has just fallen from where it came out at 26 cents. And now you're at, almost 2 cents. Pretty sad. And I waited for it to fall a while before I bought some, and I still ended up buying around 5-6 cents. So still waiting. I didn't buy a lot. I probably bought like 50 to $100, something like that. But I'm still waiting to get out of this dang thing. Even if it's just a little bit of money. XRPH. These are just random coins that I own a tiny bit. These are moon bags, right? These are these high potential high risk type coins. Hyper, we've talked about quite a bit, was something that Bankroll was looking at, something that Bankroll was trading. All right, let's look at our top gainers, top losers of the day. Maybe that'll give us some more things to look at here. And don't worry, I'm going to port you over in just a second. Trying to get our notes for today's stream going, and the computer is just being a little bit slow. I do apologize for that. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look at our top gainers, top losers. A lot of times we find some pretty interesting coins over there as well. See one already. Debt Relief Bot. I don't know if it automatically tries to move things off your credit score. I don't know what it's doing. I see White Whale and BurnFi. BurnFi I haven't seen come across the radar in a while. Maximal Extra Blue Value. That's hilarious. BTC may not be done pumping. Maybe 101k by tomorrow. All shorts cancel. London might pump up. Hey, you never know. It's very possible. So our top losers of the day is BurnFi and the White Whale. White Whale have been pumping a lot. Not so sure about BurnFi. I don't think it's been pumping, but maybe. Then you have this Binance Life, very Chinese meme coin. It's up 61%, but Continuum, ticker CTM, up 68.6%. Continuum, I'm pretty sure, is a Chinese coin as well. Debt Relief Bot up 52%. Debt Relief Bot sounds interesting. Let's take a look at that thing. 33.8 million in market cap, 100 billion max supply. Thanks for saying that, Melissa. Says don't forget to check out the YouTube channel. Subscribe. She puts the Twitter there. And don't forget there's a link to our free Discord in the chat. So 100 billion max supply, circulating supply, fully vested, base blockchain. Let's take a look at their Twitter. Tokyo just ranging. Okay. Community for Grok's first deployment token on X. Debt relief bot. DRB. Articles coverage on DRB. This sounds really interesting. Also, who knows, right? Who knows here? Pinned by community mods. Has only 29,000 impressions. It's not that good. I assume it has to do with debt relief because that only makes sense. I wish I knew this was going to happen, but no, this soon. DRB, before it's too late. 10 million coins will do. Okay. Somebody bought a ton of it. That's what it seems like. I don't know. I kind of wanted actual information about it, and there is none. Apparently, this thing is run by Grok. Reallocated its 1% Uniswap V3 fee tier. 40% now goes to Grok. Wow. 40% to BankerBot. And 20% to Clanker. I like that. Let's pump the heck out of Clanker. And again, I mentioned Clanker earlier for anybody who's not normally here. Why am I a fan of Clanker? One, it's a launch pad and Pump.Fun does really well. It's integrated into the Monad ecosystem, which is a new, layer 2, or it's a layer 1 actually, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, it's affiliated with Ethereum. And it's its own ecosystem as well. Anyways, they're affiliated with that. Only 1 million max supply. And if you understand your tokenomics, then you would understand why that's pretty important. Less than 1 million in the circulating supply. In the last 24 hours, this thing is up 15%. On the 3-month, it's up 37.9%. All right, what is Campsta saying here? Man, I asked Grok to spell Diddy today after I saw a YouTube short, and it said he had 4 Ds. AI sucks at counting letters and words. Yeah, it's not spot on for everything. After it told me it was wrong, and I was right there, was only 3 Ds. After that, it remembered. I should try it again and see if it still remembers. I'm up 16 cents on a BTC long. What do you got, like $2 in there? How you up 16 cents? No, I'm just kidding. It can move pretty slow sometimes. It just ticks, and one tick right when you get in, and then you're up 16 cents. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're doing there, Campsta. Anyways, I just wanted to show that I really like this token because it has a super small max supply, and it's relevant with some new projects in the ecosystem of Monad and things like that. It is a base contract, so it's in Ethereum. It's Clanker world. It's all about launching tokens. Pump.Fun does really well, so I couldn't see why this could at least pull in, say, from its 37 million now to what, like 200 million, 300 million. That doesn't seem crazy to me. As long as they give, I guess, IP rights and stuff to the coins that you make, I think you could do pretty well. 42 bucks is my margin. Just got in. Okay. Well, I hope that it keeps pumping. BTC was in a nice flag a moment ago. Let's go back to our top gainers, top losers. I got a little bit sidetracked. I apologize. Pirate Chain, or R. I believe we did some TA on this thing as well. I mean, it looks great on the 24-hour, I'm pretty sure. It says it was on the max chart, but it was not on the max chart. That's for sure. Anyways, very interesting. I wonder where we did that TA at. Let's bounce back over to TradingView. Again, I wish I had a button to quickly get back and forth here, but I don't. And let's take a look at that Pirate Chain. So what do we change? Let's change this one here. And I'm pretty sure we already have it up. There we are. I'm not crazy. We did look at it. Must have erased my TA though. That's never fun. I like to see if it plays out. Honestly, I see an inverted Adam and Eve. But maybe it evades that, right? It's definitely cup and handle-ish, for sure. Draw the handle first real quick. And then we shall draw the cup. And there is your cup and handle. Actually, I wish this was a lot thicker of a line. Can I fix that? Yes, let's do it there. Bang, now you can see it a little bit better. So there's your cup and handle, and its measured move is the top of the cup to the bottom of the cup and applied to your handle. And that would really just get you back up to your, you know, without the wick, your top there, or very close to it, to 0.68. So 68 cents, if you will. And if you pull up your measuring instrument here, it says it is a 20% pump. So you catch a 20% pump on 10x, 200% pump right there. But I don't know. This is pirate coin. I don't know pirate coin to be a really strong coin. So never do a random trade that somebody says on the internet. You know, you make your own decisions and go from there, right? I do see some bullish dib though. I don't know why they're swapped on this coin, but I'll take it. I would like to move those and switch them. Oh, I could do that. Let's do that. Bang. There we go. That's what I like. And so, and of course you could pull this back to match a little bit better. That is, if you know your alligator mouths or your divergences, I like to call them alligator mouths. That is some bearish divergence there. And it's there until it's not there anymore, basically. Here we are. You could give it more of a flag vibe, just kind of delete everything here on the 1 hour and just give it something more like this with a pretty big measured move there. And for pirate coin, that would still put you up to $1.03. We'll leave this one up and we'll see how this ages. Says now I'm down $1. Should have closed it, dude. I can't believe it was $12 at one point. Someone dug up their hidden treasure. Apparently the only thing to trade tonight is a BTC long. Are you longing on the demo tonight? No, I'm not longing on the demo tonight. I'm not logged into the demo, honestly. That's my problem. I could maybe log into it, but the trade that I was showing on BTC yesterday, that was the trade right there. That thing did so well. If you're in the Discord, I don't really give calls, but I did put it in there because it just looked too juicy. I'm annoyed that I didn't get into it. I was live streaming and really busy that day, and I didn't get funds over to my trading account, and I didn't actually get to trade that move. And man, it hurts. It stings a little bit because it was exactly what I like. It was the like kind of perfect trade. And let's see, where was that? Let's pull up BTC. Let me show it. So here's why to me it was so perfect, right? One, you had this nice little flag here. Oh, I wish this thing was a little bit thicker with 2 C's. I guess move it to the absolute thickest, and so you can see it, and you still can't see it. But anyways, you're in a flag with a beautiful measured move. You're above the 200. You had this kind of cup and handle here, and it was being held up by the 200. And this was Monday night. So Monday night, one of my favorite times to hop into trade when I am trading. I've taken a couple of months off, honestly, because the market's been crap for a while, honestly. And so hiding under that 200, I probably would have hid down here, honestly. I like a deep stop loss. That way I can't get wicked out. And from there, even with a stop loss super low, it's a 2 to 6, but you don't got to go up high to become a 3.1. But if you just hung out under this wick here, it was like a 7 to 1, and that was only to 7 to 1, taking you to 93, right? If you would have, you know, caught more of that move, I mean, it just kept going. And we drew this at the beginning of the stream, this flag here. And it is getting super tight, right? So let's go ahead and fix it up a little bit. And it says, 99,348, the full take profit and, or full measured move, I should say. And then, kind of first stop 97,500, maybe take like 25-30% off the table there. That's what we're kind of looking at. But just this whole trade here Monday night with the inverted head and shoulder above the 200, right on the 200. So your risk was very low. At the time when I drew this, we were right here somewhere. And so it just seemed beautiful with like little to no risk. And you're talking like a 7-to-1. You're usually trying to get 3-to-1 risk reward ratio, and we were talking like 7-to-1. So it was beautiful, and I didn't get into it. I was a little blowed about that. Anyways, let's talk about that crypto raising IQ point of the night. Now that I kind of ran everybody off rambling about some TA, what can you say? Let's go to... doesn't want to let me go to Chrome. That's weird. All right, hopefully you can see what I see now. Let's talk about how fees actually work. Let me hit something to drink before I start talking here. Yeah, sucks, man. The FOMO is real. Yeah, now you're in a parabolic curve for BTC, so I'm feeling like it's probably got to at least have a sideways or a pullback moment at some point, but maybe we'll go to 100,000. All right, what gas actually is, and we're talking about gas fees, not other things, guys. What gas actually is. Gas is not just a fee. Gas measures computation. Hopefully everybody put your thinking caps on. Hopefully everybody can handle this IQ raising event tonight. We've been starting off very abstract. We're in a new series here we did yesterday as a beginning intro to the series, and now we're digging in a little deeper. So every action on chain costs processing power, memory storage, and bandwidth. You are paying for execution, priority, and block space. Gas equals renting space on the blockchain to get your transaction verified, because it's not legitimate until it's verified, right? It says, I'll see when I wake up tomorrow if second Christmas cometh. That's hilarious. Why fees exist. So why do we even have fees in the first place? Well, fees prevent spam, network congestion, and denial of service attacks. Without fees, bots would flood the chain, transactions would stall, and blocks would be useless. Basically, the blockchain would be rendered to a halt, to a stop, if it wasn't for fees. Fees create economic friction. So block space as a market, each block has limited room and limited transaction. So the way that in networks, blockchain networks, transactions are put through, they are put into batches, right? Into, blocks. That's why we call them blocks, but they're batches of different transactions, and there's limited room inside those blocks. So users compete by bidding higher fees to be first in line to get their transactions verified. This creates auctions, supply versus demand, and price discovery. Block space equals digital real estate. So think of block space like digital real estate. I think that's a good way to say it. So why fees spike? Fees explode during NFT mints, meme coin launches, liquidation, cascades, and hype events. Not manipulation, just demand, overwhelming supply. So overwhelming supply and demand will cause those fees to spike. Base fees versus tip. EIP 1559. Ethereum split fees. Base fee, burned, removed from supply. Tip goes to the validator. So the base fee just gets burned, right? But the tip itself goes to the validators, right? This is why validators exist. They're not here to make sure that the network gets validated off of, community service and love for a blockchain. They're here to get paid. They a lot of times, and it's fair, right? Everybody has a job. Everybody has things they do. They should get paid. And they also have probably spent quite a bit of money to be a validator, and they need to make some of that money back before they can ever be profitable. So tip goes to validator incentives, including TX. Results: smoother fees, ETH deflation, and less fee manipulation is the result of this whole process. So who gets paid? Fee recipients go to validators in proof of stake, goes to miners in proof of work. By the way, what we're talking about here in a proof of work scenario is what mining is, right? And sequencers get paid in layer 2s. Fees fund network security, infrastructure, and uptime. Is this over anybody's head here? Does anybody feel like this is a little bit too technical? Throw a 111 in the chat if you think, man, this is too technical for me. I can't really understand. I'm not there yet. If so, I would like to know. Don't be shy. And throw a 333 in the chat if you understand what I'm putting down, at least 90% of what I'm saying, and you understand what is going on here. I just want to know real quick, just to check in with everybody. Does everybody kind of understand what I'm saying, or are they not here with me at all? So why cheap chains aren't better. Same thing. Low fees usually mean low demand, weak security, and centralization. So when you see things have no fees, you got to think about their security, right? Expensive chains like Ethereum have real usage. That's what's made their fees so high, is actually a lot of usage, and high competition. Price signals value. The illusion of free transaction, right? Who doesn't love a free anything, right? Freelicious is delicious. Somebody I used to know used to say that all the time. All right, so chains advertising free, subsidize users, centralize validators, and that's not what you want. We want decentralized, not centralized, and sacrifice security. Someone always pays. Boy, there's another concept out there that's very similar to this. Can anybody think of it? Where is somewhere in our society where things are promised to be free? They're never free, guys, ever. And this is just another example of how it's subsidized somewhere else, a lot of centralization and a lack of security when you want free stuff anywhere. Failed transactions still cost gas, even if they fail. Even if TX fails or reverts, which is also failing, you still pay for computation. The validator work. Failure still consumes resources, and therefore you get into gas wars, right? So users compete for priority and outbid each other. That would be gas wars. The result is fee explosion and mem pool chaos. What is a mem pool? A mem pool is where all the transactions go to sit and wait before validators pick them up, batch them up, put them in blocks, and validate them. That's just where they hang out. This is where we get into MEV. Now, why did we just explain all that? So that we could talk about MEV. MEV is a real issue out there in every blockchain, no matter what it is. For the most part, they all have MEV issues. So it is maximal extractable value, and this is part 2. So we're gonna break it up. I'm gonna pause for a moment here. I got literally 0 interaction when it came to me asking if you understand this or not. Come on, guys. Come on. I should get a little bit of something, when I'm asking you if you literally understand. I feel like that came across harsh. I didn't mean that harsh, guys. I love you guys. But I really could use the feedback sometimes to know if you're really understanding at all what I'm saying, because I'm trying to raise people's crypto IQ. And if we're not being successful, then maybe we need to start even lower on the totem pole, right? We need to go to the even lower hanging fruit. So Kamsa says 111. He didn't understand any of it. Okay, fair. And Adimama, I totally said that wrong. Sorry, Adimanov. 1000. I'm sorry. I just really wanted to get that right, and I had to think it through out loud. I am, English in America, so probably messing it up. But thank you for being here, and thank you for saying 333. Melissa put a 111. So I take it that Melissa's also not understanding this. It's really interesting, guys, because we've talked about MEV a lot for some of my core people. And the person who's newer in the chat, he says he understands. We all start somewhere, right? And that's what we're trying to do. A part of me wants to go recap it for you guys and try to get you to understand. But, you know, also I probably just keep ranting on about something that you don't understand. I don't know if that's really worth it. So I'm going to take a shot at just really, really fast running through this. So we talked about gas. I mean, you've ran a transaction on Ethereum. You've ran a transaction on Solana. I mean, I know Camsta has put a transaction through somewhere on the blockchain. I know, Melissa, you've put a transaction through somewhere on the blockchain. I really feel like I almost should start with what blockchain even is, but I don't want to do that to you. Somebody has to keep those transactions running, and the ledger of the entire, you know, blockchain of where the money went and who transferred what to where, like a bank ledger, has got to exist. And the network validators are the people who maintain that. It can be slightly different depending on what kind of blockchain, proof of work, proof of stake, layer 2s, that kind of thing. Gas is what is referred to as the fee that you have to pay. So, you know, if it costs you $2, or say on Ethereum it costs you $10 to do something, that $10 is going to burn a little bit of ETH, of course, but also most of it is going to the validator as a incentive. It's an incentive for the validator to participate and keep the network running. Without them, nothing would happen, right? Without them, without the validators in the network, without the gas that pays them, a lot of them had to put in quite a bit of money to be validators, and also the equipment that it takes to run their validator node. Without them, no transactions would go through ever. The blockchain would be dead and nothing would happen. Gas and validators in a blockchain is super important. So we explained what they were and kind of where the money goes and why you pay for it and what you're getting out of it and what it creates. And so what we really explained here was that there is competition for, you know, your space inside the block. The block is a batch of transactions. Each individual thing you do is a transaction. I hope that helped, because I would really love if everybody understood that. Bankroll says he's back awake, fell asleep in his chair. Welcome back. Woke up, XMR is pumping, bag is up. Hey, that's a great way to wake up, Bankroll. Old man Bankroll. It's hilarious. You snooze, you lose. Well, it sounds like he's winning. Gas is life to crypto. Exactly, Melissa. Exactly. Shout out to Blues Guy for sending in a super chat. Love that. Gratitude, Underground, you demand. Flare, let's go. Appreciate you saying that. And I got to get another video ready tonight and out for tomorrow, don't I, Blues Guy? All right. So let's go ahead and just try to run this. Try to understand. Try to stay with me here. I don't want to be a little bit too far over your head, I mean. Yep, it did help. Thank you. Well, I appreciate you saying that. I definitely want to try to make this as understandable as possible. I'll get better at it as we go. It's nobody's fault but mine not coming across, right? So MEV, maximal extractable value, the shadow economy. So here's what we're really trying to say here. So we've explained that what gas is and the kind of world of blockchain where transactions have to be validated. That's done by validators. MEV is when validators try to get the most value, aka money, out of the transactions because they control when they get validated, what blocks they go into. They can speed them up, they can slow them down. Now, it's not only the validators who are responsible for MEV. Sometimes, like I said, a mem pool. Just think of a pool, right? It's where all the transactions go and they sit before the validator picks them up and validates them. Well, there are bots and things when the mem pool is transparent, meaning anybody can see it. There's bots and stuff that'll go in there and look and see what's going on. So you have somebody who's about to buy $3 trillion worth of Bitcoin, and I'm just making that up. That's huge, right? Well, somebody will see that and they'll front run. They'll go open a long. They'll go open a long before that gets validated. They'll postpone it. If they're a validator, they can push that back so that they themselves can go actually open a long or buy some BTC, whatever. They can take advantage of what they know is about to come. It's like being a fortune teller. You can see the transactions and what they are and what they're going to do. You can infer before they ever happen. It's like a superpower. And you're only getting that ability because you're a validator. You're seeing it before it's validated. All right. Blues Guy says, I gotta go, but I got a new mic. Okay. Let's see. Maybe hold off on the vid. I have 2 days off. I'll work on them. Okay. I mean, you already gave me a bunch of videos, but I guess I could hold off. Don Rap blocks. I meant to say do a rap. Oh, okay. Happens lots on memes. It says rap, maybe. They have MEV protection, or you can adjust fees to get faster fills. Exactly. Those are things. And there are things. See, we did. Man, I must have been talking to myself a lot on a lot of those videos, guys. And that's no shade. It's just maybe the truth. That's okay. I can live with that. I've gone over a lot of this stuff in great detail. And so I see that I probably lost a lot of people there. I need to maybe build into it a little bit better. Anyways, yes, there is MEV protection. There are different blockchains and different developers and things doing different strategies to protect against MEV. But before we even talk about protecting against MEV, let's talk about what MEV really does. And I just kind of laid it out for you, right? So try to follow along. Profit gained by reordering, inserting, or censoring. So keeping a transaction from happening, inserting that transaction into places where it's not naturally at, right? It's not where it should have been. They move it around. That's also kind of known as reordering. MEV exists because mempools are public. So having a encrypted mempool is one strategy that certain places use to cut down on MEV attacks. TX order matters. So who extracts the value? Well, actors like bots, searchers, just people looking at the explorer in the mempool, block builders, and validators. These are your main people who are responsible, right? They monitor mempools, detect profits, and they can act in a millisecond if you're literally talking about bots. Common MEV strategies. So here are the common ways they do it. Front running, getting before the transaction. Back running, making sure they're behind the transaction. Sandwich attacks where they get in the middle of the transactions. Liquidation sniping, right? And arbitrage, which is just there's value here and something across the network is higher value and you can just move from one to the other and pick up value. You see it all the time. You used to see arbitrage a lot in the regular world between different currencies, right? So why MEV is inevitable. So why MEV is kind of something you can't really get around without implementing new things. As long as transactions are public. Well, there you go. Stop making them all public. There you go. Prices differ across decentralized exchanges. So on one exchange, the price is higher and another it's lower or vice versa. That can give you the ability to have some arbitrage or some maximal extractable value. And ordering matters. The order of things really matter across the transaction. And when they mix them up to benefit themselves, now you have a MEV attack. MEV will exist. It's emergent behavior. So how MEV hurts the user. So this is what we're really talking about. Why is MEV a shadowy thing, right? Well, users experience worse execution, higher slippage if you've ever went to buy something, and this has happened to me, and this is one of those things, this happens to you and you have no idea why. You go to PancakeSwap to get the latest coin. You go to Uniswap to get the latest coin. You're looking at how many coins it says that you should get before you hit that sign in your MetaMask, in your whatever wallet. wallet. And when the transaction's all done, all of a sudden, mysteriously, you got far less coins than it said you should have got. Well, that was MEV. Somebody front ran you, back ran you, sandwich attack, attacked you, they extracted extra value on top of you and you paid for it. That's why it's BS. That's why it's bullshit, guys. That's why you should care about this a little bit. Failed TXs, right, and higher gas. They feel rugged and confused on why they didn't get what they were supposed to get, and there's like nothing you can do about it. Who are you going to go complain to? The transaction's done. You got what you got. That's why people have slippage fees built in, or slippage fee built in. And what does it do? A lot of times it causes the transaction to fail because they weren't able to get their MEV attack, and so they just failed your transaction. It's kind of BS. Let's see. It says, you think the sound is good enough underground? I don't know. I'll have to go look at it. I could check a few of them and see which video. Maybe I can find one that could come out. Or you could just re-record them. That's very much up to you. I feel bad because you made a lot of videos, Blues Guy. If it's not a big deal to you, you might want to re-record them with a new microphone. That would be good. Diminish any sounds in the background, fans or anything like that. Best you can, obviously. I'm not asking for perfection. All-time high for XMR. Did it go to 700? Said don't be too, I assume he meant harsh. That's a lot of info to take in. It's not that we didn't pay attention, sir, teacher, sir. All right, Blues Guy. I don't know what you're referring to, but I must have said try to pay attention, guys. Was nothing wrong with asking you to try. The almighty algo brought me here. No game, no pain. Okay. I'm glad that the algo brought you here. I hope you smashed the like button. Says hi. We're always growing. There's a link in the Discord or in the chat to our free Discord. Sorry about that. Says welcome, join the fan. We grow and wealthy together, raising that crypto IQ. XMR call. My TA channel was cooking. All kinds of stuff going on here. Okay, so close. Miss saying that. Miss being in a coin at all-time highs. Yeah, it's been a while, right? So let's talk about MEV. Let's talk about flash bots. Flash bots are exactly what you think they are. They're flash, which means quickly, and a bot. So private TX relay. Sealed bid auctions reduces spam. The goal is to make MEV transparent so at least we can see what happened and minimize the harm. And there are a lot of things that have been going on here lately to try to stop MEV. And Bankroll was even just talking about that. What is ATH? It's all-time high. All right. Ethereum splits roles. Builders construct block. Validators propose blocks. And benefits reduce censorship, improves fairness, and decentralizes power. And I was just thinking, guys, if you don't understand what's going on, just try to listen along. And as we go over these things more and more, you will get it. You will get it. You will. It's not that complicated to understand, honestly. It just takes a little bit of time. I'm a firm believer that sometimes you have to hear things several times before they click. And it's that clicking moment that makes it all worth it. That eureka moment. So MEV on layer 2s. What are layer 2s? Like base blockchain. Polygon Matic. So centralized sequencers, which is what layer 2 is all about. Private mempools that are private, not everybody can see it, and hidden ordering, right? So they're hiding the order of what things are going on. These is good ways to protect against MEV. MEV shifts from public to private. So there's still MEV going on. It's just now private and not as public. So there's less people doing it. Power is then concentrated. So is that really a good thing? We don't know. Encrypted mempools, I mentioned this earlier. Future design, this is probably where most things are going to go. It hides TXS, prevents front running, and protects user. If you don't know what this means, basically it's protecting people from seeing the mempool, which is where all the transactions sit before they get picked up by the validator, and therefore people can't see them, so they can't front run them. They can't do a bunch of things to benefit themselves based off of the transactions they know are about to go through. The trade-off is it's less transparent. more trust. MEV as infrastructure, right? So MEV funds validators, right? Validators make a lot of money, which in a way ensures that validators are always there to validate your transaction and take advantage of you again. Stabilizes arbitrage and keeps markets efficient. It's ugly, but it's very functionable. The ethics debate. Is it theft? Is it fair arbitrage because they had the opportunity and were in the right place, the right time? They probably spent money to be in that opportunity. And does it promote market efficiency? Well, it does kind of promote market efficiency, exactly. But it depends on who's doing the extractant, how transparent they are about the fact that they're taking advantage here, and who is benefiting. So why MEVs won't disappear anytime soon? It will only change forms, move layers, and adapt. MEV follows liquidity. Basically, it's money. People are making money. They're making money off of you. They're taking advantage of the position that they're in. That's the oldest thing in all of human history. It's not going anywhere. It'll just change forms. That's what we're saying here. The core insight, fees show demand, adoption, and network value. MEV shows human behavior, competition, and incentive design. So there is somewhat of a plus side to it, as it does encourage blockchain to evolve to protect from MEV attacks. What this means for the user. Users must understand mempool. Is why we're going over this, is because as we move forward in things, for this to get any better or you not to get duped by it, got to kind of understand what it is. So understand mempools. I always want to say meme pools. It's mempools, not meme pools, guys. Use private RPCs and avoid public swaps. Protect orders. Closing thoughts here. Every transaction is a bid, an auction, and a competition. Every transaction, everything that you try to do on the blockchain, there is a bid and an auction and competition to be the one to settle that on the blockchain. That way, they make some money off of it. Now, not all their money that they're making is off of maximal extracting of value. Some of it is literally just made off of the fee that's already built in. They're trying to get the icing on the cake, right? The cake is their fee that they're owed for being a validator to get paid. So they already were supposed to get paid. It's not like if they don't extract maximal value, they're not going to get paid. They're trying to get paid more on it, okay? So you are not just sending crypto, you're participating in a global market. This is a good way to wrap it up, right? You're not just sending crypto around, you're not just doing a transaction, you're actually participating in a global market. Whew. How's everybody feeling out there? Blues guy made me feel like I was being mean to you guys. I guess when I said pay attention, I guess Blues guy maybe had some flashbacks to when he was like in school or something. His teacher was yelling at him to pay attention. He's like, I got it, sir, teacher, sir. Hilarious. I love you guys. So I guess crypto is stuck with gas fees. Right. And not having gas fees is really not much better because the security of a network goes right down the tube, right? So, and you know, there's been several projects that I've been, and I'm sure that somebody can come up with a model at some point that allows for free transactions and somehow still protects everything. Haven't seen it yet. Matter of fact, all the blockchains that I've seen, like Wax was one of them. No fees on transaction. Didn't make it. Didn't exist. You know, it still exists. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'll look it up real quick. But they have no fees on transactions, and it really didn't respond well in the market. Like, it didn't do good. Let's type in Wax. Man, I'm just hitting everything. Wax P. It's number 497 by market cap. It is up 4 point. See, look, it's up 4% on the day, 5% on the month, and it's down 80% on the year. Let's go to that year chart from 4 cents down to 0.007. That's not good. that's not good responding. Bankroll, what are you saying in here? I'm rolling up some gas fees. Hey, I knew somebody was gonna say it. It's all right, Bankroll. Don't ban me, Melissa. Right? She's got the wrench. She might hit you over the head with the wrench, but you have a wrench too. I don't know. Can you ban another mod? I don't think you can ban another mod here. It is funny that it dropped us down to 400 to 500 by market cap, and there is guns, baby. I really wish I would have bought some of that. Now, what are you talking about? That one guy's hilarious. Keep us all consistent, family. Hey, you know, sometimes being the leader, you gotta tighten the ship a little bit. Did my finger slip again? Sorry, I would never do that to you. You know, why is his name Vinny has never come back to the channel since Blues Guy that one time banned him when he got here. I think he had it out for him. I think that's what it was. Was trying out promoting this post over on X. It got 14,000 impressions. I mean, I had to pay money for it, but I was only supposed to get like between 2,000 and 3,000 impressions for like 20 bucks. And I already got like 14,000. So it's good, but I mean, it's paid for. I don't want to pay $20 for everything. So where do we go from here? Well, it's already been a 2-hour stream here. Almost. We're 2 minutes shy. 1 minute and 30 seconds shy of a 2-hour stream. So I guess it's safe to switch into the underground crypto hangout moments. Says, I feel that, boss. Well, I'm glad that Bankroll is certainly responding to it well, because I don't want to be mean, but I do want to set out to succeed in the mission. And I take full responsibility if it's hard to understand, because that means I'm not laying it out. What was it, Einstein, that said that if you can't explain something simply, you simply don't know it well enough to be explaining it? I'll take it. I'll take that arrow if that's what it is. Bro, get that trading account going, dog. Hey, man, tonight I'm going to figure it out. I just got to move money around and things. It's annoying. And it would be actually not so hard if I could just use MEMX Global to trade with live on stream. But then I got to run a VPN, and I'm not sure. I already have enough technical issues, right, in a day with streaming. The last thing I need to do is throw like a VPN into the mix, and then all of a sudden like nothing will load, because that happens a lot with the VPN. Because in order to like qualify, I gotta like route my internet through like Mexico or something. That doesn't always go well. Anyways, bedtime for Campsta. Thank you for being here, Campsta. He is definitely a trooper. He's a true undergrounder. He is here every single stream. I'm about to start option calls with my boy CryptoFace. Had a dope video explaining it. Hey, that's cool, Bankroll. Bring that to the Discord. It's worth it, bro. Saves lots on fees on MEMX. Yeah, exactly. Save a lot on fees on MEMX. I don't think Weeks is that bad. I'll probably trade on Weeks as far as doing it live. And I'm going to be picky about the trades I take. That's just... I've been there. I've hung out on the 1 minute, and I have ran enough portfolios in the ground before to know to not do that anymore. I'm actually really interested in this. The crypto game that's basically mining. Let's talk about this, because I want to know a little bit more about this now that we are in the underground crypto part of the show. Said I already saved hundreds in fees on my new account. But what are you comparing it to, Bankroll? The fees on what? Like Weeks or something? Bro, and it has every coin. Oh, I love MEMX. MEMX is one of my favorite places to trade. And you know what I'm probably going to do? But see, that makes it hard to show it, other than when I take profits and stuff. I can pull it up and I can post it. I could do it that way, because what a lot of times I do when I trade is I have all my charts up on my computer and stuff, and that's where I'm doing my TA, but I make all my actual trades on my phone. So I could put the VPN on my phone, have MEMX on my phone. You're not going to necessarily see me setting up the trades, this, that, and the other, but I can still show the wins, and you'll see the trades on TradingView, that kind of thing. I don't know. I'll have to figure out what I feel about that. Dude, XMR is strong. It dipped and bounced ASAP. Yeah, it's an all-time high. It's in price discovery. All right, let's talk about this Fogo fishing, because I think it's interesting. It's a fully on-chain fishing game where you cast your line and earn fish tokens. The smarter you play, the more you earn. Cast and catch. Click tiles to cast your fishing rod. Each catch rewards you with fish token based on rarity. Common, uncommon, rare, mythical, and legendary. We hit a mythical. Too bad we were in demo. Upgrade your rod. Use fish to upgrade your rod. Increase catch rates and earning potential. Durability system. Your rod loses 1 durability per cast. 0 during supercast. Okay. And slowly regenerates over time. Well, I'm glad it regenerates, right? When it falls below 20% or below, you can pay to fix USDC fee to fully repair it and keep going. Process and earn yield. Catches first accumulate as unprocessed fish that can earn a share of 10% processing fee from other players. When you are ready, you process to mint liquid fish tokens. Earn real value. Fish tokens are on-chain game tokens that can be held or traded where supported. Their value is determined by the market and is not guaranteed, of course. So this sounds like a race to the bottom. And I'm all in. No, I'm just kidding. Let's talk about fish token. Fish token mint main address. So where could they at least tell me, like, where is fish used at? All right, let's see if we can pull this up over here. I have a feeling it's not going to come up. Rainbow fish, that's not it. Nope, none of these are it. All right, well, can we grab a contract address? Because I just want to know if I did this, where am I even earning? Okay, yeah, this is in Fogo scan. Token extension false. Okay, I don't really know what that means. Here's the token address. Let's see, can I put the token address directly in here? Yeah, nothing. Well, that's a bit problematic if you were going to get involved in this, because where the heck are you even going to deal with this? Token program. What is the what's the DEX or the swap for Fogo? It's interesting, but in all honesty, if there's no way to get in and out of it, like, who cares? If it's not really worth anything, then who cares? The best boat's like $10. I'd probably get like the $5 one, and then what? I have to turn around and also get. Very interesting here. So fund your wallet. What? Oh, okay. So I'm in here with Soulflare. I don't know, dude. Other platforms have 0 fees on pairs. Some do. A lot of times it depends on what the pair is. Mexi is my favorite. Absolutely. Bankroll should have a link where only him can post some potential trades like the Lifer does. Thoughts, such people that are too familiar with which coins about to pop can give little edge. Just a thought. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, we gave him a tab for him to post those kind of things. I mean, we could make another one where he literally just puts calls and that's it, nothing else. If he's into that, if he wants to do that, we could do that. Still, I'm debating on this because you're doing this all to get these fish tokens, even if it's just like fun to do the little mining thing. But the fact that I can't figure out where the heck you exchange them for, you know, makes it kind of lame. Like when you go down here, it hits you right at the end with fish tokens are on-chain game tokens that can be held or traded where supported. Their value is determined by the market and is not guaranteed, which I understand, but where though? Where are they even traded at? Probably spending way too much time on this, but at least this is the underground crypto hangout part of stuff. You're already in the third halving, so definitely not getting in early on this. They have it every 14 days. That seems too close together, if you ask me. Direct token buybacks. Yeah, but just him, no other peeps can post and spam. Yeah, exactly. I got you. I knew what you meant. I'm with it. Dude, my perps in my TG is cooking on my calls too. I love it. 701 XMR. Nice. Let's go big. There you go. Awesome. Nice, says Melissa. Yeah, great job, man. You are crushing it out there, and I appreciate you being part of this community. I'm about to ask ChatGPT. There is a new crypto project called FOGO, and it has a mining game built in where you mine fish tokens, in-game tokens. Is there a place where I can swap this for like USDC or real value question mark? You know where I should be looking, and I should know that I should just look on Soulflare. Let's see what it says for the heck of it. But oh wow, it didn't do it right. Nope. All right, let's resend it with the right information. Okay. Fish, you mine in game, process it, swap it for USDC in a DEX like Valiant. Okay. Let me go find this Valiant. See, this is how we do this deep dive research right here. Valiant. I don't know if that's it or not. Potential FOGO fish airdrops, how to be eligible. That was from like the 11th of December. I think that's done. When exchange listings are active, you can trade directly on the exchange for USDC. On Binance, liquidity for fish, and every early FOGO listing may be low or volatile, so slippage. Yep, exactly. Always use reputable wallets. Be mindful. You know, I wonder if we can open Soulflare. Man, this Soulflare wallet has been crushed. Very annoying. Let's open it up here. And let's go to swap. Let's pull. Yeah, it doesn't even show up. All right, well, that was worth a shot. I want to find this Valiant. You mentioned this decentralized exchange. Can you give me a link to it? $702. I'm just a quant still. All right. Valiant trade. Here we go. So here's Valiant. And okay, and we got fish. Is that all you trade here? It's fish. Is this just for fish? It's kind of crazy. So let's swap here. And let's say I had 100,000 fish. Be worth about $15. Definitely want to one tab this thing. If you don't know about one tab, I sure feel sorry for you. Let's go ahead and one tab this thing. Do it. And pull it back up. Then I just go to lock, and now it's locked forever, and I can never lose the link that I need. Pretty good. Unless, of course, the whole thing updates and destroys itself, which happened to me one time. So, you know, there's that. But it's an extension in the tab. Okay, so now I figure out how to actually exchange value here. Maybe we'll go in for this. So I guess I need to get USDC over to my Soulflare wallet where I am logged in. I don't know. How does anybody feel about this? Would anybody do this? Am I crazy for even entertaining this? What do you think? It says fund wallet. No USDC in your Solana wallet. Well, let's figure this out. Let's go to Coinbase on the cellular phone. And let's go ahead and buy us some USDC. And I wish I knew what all I needed. So it's going to be $5 on a boat. Start with a level 3 rod if you get the $10. But I'm cool with messing around with just the $5 boat. Okay, so it comes with a rod. I don't have to buy the rod separately. Okay, that's what I like to hear. Let's go here and let's buy us $7 in USDC. I don't know why it always wants to link to my savings account. No, thank you. Checkings, please. And let's get that $7 of USDC. Oh, I got entries in the sweepstake just for doing that. Okay, that's good to know. Now we want to transfer it. Let's send it. And let's pull up that Soulflare wallet. Receive. Says that my stuff is available for transfer now. Oh, it's free to send to Solana? Well, that's perfect because that's exactly where I need to send it. $7. Run it. Send now. Even had a little bit of dust in there. All right, so we send that over. That should be there. I guess we'll wait for it to hit. Okay, so it hit. So we should be good to go here. I want this boat. I want that one. Let's get it. Oh, transfer USD coin from Solana to Fogo. Will I still have my money? So max. Yeah, okay. Moves me over here. Max amount. Transfer it. If I get screwed, I guess I could live with getting screwed on $7. Cost me 82 cents. That sucks. Just to send $7 over. Could have at least just taken it out of my coin here. Let me get back to my chat, see what everybody's thinking. Am I insane for doing this? Does anybody even care about this? I think it's cool. I'll check it out for $5. Kind of like the $5 pass that I got from Maddle. Okay, so boom, we did that. All right, now I want this. Yes, purchase. All right. Session. Yeah, let's keep me in for a week now that I actually have a boat. So did I get it? Let's try again. It's interesting. Yeah, I thought so. We'll mess around with it for a week and see if I even make my $5 back. I guess we'll go from there. Awesome. Start a super cast. Okay, so they want to get you on some extra money here. Oh, I do have $2 to do super casting. So adds rapid fire cast with no durability loss for $2. Well, I already have $2 in this random Fogo wallet, so why not, right? Let's run it. Let's see what happens. I'll probably never do this again, but for the sake of being kind of live on stream here, we'll hit it. Holy crap. So he's running 120. Moving to a new hole. Man, he's hitting a lot of duds right now. Okay, so every single one of these was a dud. Okay, it hit one. Wow, that was crappy. Anybody notice that it hit a lot more? It sure hit a lot more of them on the demo, didn't it, guys? That's pretty funny. All right, yeah, we'll never do that again. So where do I see, oh, my durability. Okay, so let's get the swing in here. I mean, what can you do really but like hit every single one of these? So they turn red for a minute and they're like processing. Is that what that is? And why do I drop the money to do this? Well, somebody's got to kind of like explore this stuff. If you were doing it, would you drop the money to do this? Maybe not. Maybe you wouldn't. Wow, he really doesn't go as far as he did in the demo. In the demo, he would go like really far. And so when you click on the red for transaction and it like takes him a minute to kind of go through. In the demo, we hit a mythical fish. Can we do that again? I don't know. To me, it doesn't make sense not to mine every single one of them. And they do recover durability over time. Okay, you can start auto casting, huh? Well, auto cast way too slow for me. I'd rather spam click this stuff personally and then get down to where I guess we have to wait. And then I want to see how long it actually takes. See how long it takes this thing to recover durability. Does it take a couple hours? Does it take a couple of days? I assume that once durability gets really low, at that point we are going to what? Be less effective. If I run durability all the way to the bottom, do I like lose my does my boat sink? What happens? Still batching these, right? Seems like the trick is to click all of them and then leave one. Just leave one open and give it a minute to process all of them before it quickly takes you to the next hole. And then I don't really see what happens there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them were good. We only got to 36 like unprocessed fish. When we go to process, you need to have $10 worth of fish. 10% fee distributed to holders. So if you hold your fish, you basically are mining like yield, right? It's kind of interesting. But also if you hold your fish, you might be the last one holding the bag here. Said I don't mind the fishing thing. When you are done with the stream, can you please place the link to this fishing game? Yeah, absolutely I can. I could probably do it right here. I don't think they give me like an affiliate link or anything like that. Let's see. Anti-easily smooth rendering quality. Lower value improves performance but reduces visibility. Now let's turn that bad boy up. All right. Wave movement. So they don't give me like an affiliate or anything like that. Assuming I don't want to link my ex. No, thank you. Coming into the third halving. Okay, well, I will go post this in the Discord right now. Seems like Melissa might be interested in this one. It was only $5 to get a boat. You could do $10 and get a better boat. The auto like thing without losing durability is like $2. I don't really think it's worth it. So you don't have any fish yet. So first you have to, I guess, process your fish. And the processing fee, yo, the processing fee is $10? What the hell? That seems like a lot of money on something. Like, how long would it take you to get here? Let's go see. We have this up. Let's flip it. Right. What is $10? That's 63,859 fish. Holy crap. And you see, we've just been doing it for a minute here, and we've got 32 fish, right? Not even 95 yet. That's crazy. And then they're cutting it down. That's going to take you a really long time. But then if you got this and you paid $10, I don't know. My only hope is, do I get a lot of fish? We're really going through it here. Do I get a lot of fish, right, by simply hitting like one of those mythical fish? You know what I mean? Do I get a lot of fish by holding it and I get a share of the people who are cashing out? It's just hard to believe that you would, in any short period of time, get enough fish to, I don't know, cash out and pay $10 and still turn a profit here. So like, I'd have to get to $15 worth of fish to turn around and pay $10 to get $5 that I put in and be therefore profitable after that. Seems a little crazy if you ask me. So let's see. Let's run this thing down to 400 durability. Which means I can run 29 more of these. And then let's see how long it takes to get some of that durability back. Or maybe I'll run it down to 300. Let's run it down to 300. I really want to hit like a mythical fish or something and then see what I get for it. There's no option to like skip this hole. So that's interesting. Maybe I don't have the patience. All I can do is like spam click these. Melissa says thank you. Absolutely. All right. Most of these are just common and you get like 86 fish or 0.86 fish. Like you don't even get one whole fish. Also, by doing this, it really very much allows us to know what we're talking about, right? Anybody goes talking about this game and I can say, you know, I've tried it. I've tried the mechanism. Another game comes out with something like this and I'll think, I've tried this layout before. I'll have some idea of how it works. There's a lot of hits on this one, but unfortunately, I think all we've got is common so far. I wish there would be like a trophy room where you could at least see like your big hits, like when you get like a mythical fish or something like that. I love how in the demo you hit a mythical fish and some rare fish, but in the actual game you don't. I'm a big fan of when the demo really plays like the real game and not like the demo is amazing and then you get in and then it's crap, right? Have we got to 300 yet? Nope, we still got a little way to go. I'm going to get to 300 and then I'm going to see how long it actually takes it to get back. Not to full, but just see how long it takes it to get, I don't know, something. So 2, 4, 6 hits so far. Seems like it's like 5 to 6, maybe 7 hits like per pond, like per area. Yeah, nothing. Let's see. Can I zoom out? Is there a zoom out here? Yeah, there's no point in zooming out. All right, trying to get this thing down to 300. Where are we at? 45 more to go. Only 2 hits in this pond. I'm just gonna call them ponds. Yeah, not that great. So far we're almost, well, we're over 300 in, and we haven't even hit 60 fish yet. I knew it was gonna be gamed, but just wanted to see. Come on, go through. All right, we got 29 left. 19 left. I don't know if there's any advantage to like not spamming them. Let's see if we just click them more one at a time. Throw that auto cast on for the last like 18 here. See if that changes anything. Funny, the 300 is exactly, oh wait, oh wow, it's actually going back up relatively quickly. I just watched it go back up one, bang, and then we move on. So I have 7 left, so it actually goes up kind of fast. I'm actually impressed. I thought it would take like literally forever. 1, 2, 3. Right now we are at, should have been at 300 there. What is going on? Keeps going up. 4. Okay, well this might not be so bad as I thought. It actually is going up pretty fast. I need to like spam. Now that I know it goes up really fast, let's go ahead and get it like rocking here. Okay, now we're at 288. 289. 290. Wow, that thing actually goes up really fast. So if we go away and we play a different game, here, I'll just go ahead and finish since I know they go up really fast, and then we'll go play a different game. We'll come back to like a fresh watering hole. We got up to 68 unprocessed fish. I cannot believe that it cost $10 to get out. That is crazy. Fees are distributed to holders. And then yield earnings from holding, even in that short period of, all right. I mean, we're going to see how this plays out for $5, really $7, because I did the supercast thing. We're going to see how this all plays out. And I really should one tab this FOGO as well. Let's go ahead and hit that. Let's lock that up as well. And we'll pull it back up. Bang. So here we are. And we're already back over 300. That's kind of cool. All right. So let's go talk about something else. Then I got like a few of these little farmers going. Is DeFi Summer coming back? This feels like how DeFi Summer really started before. There were just like a few of these little games around that were new that you could go and farm a little bit. You know, here so far I've got 0.0047 BNB, which is, I don't know, probably like 50 cents in BNB. But I didn't really do much, and you don't really have to put a lot of time into these games. Like, you know, you hit them for, I don't know, a couple of minutes a day, maybe 2 minutes in an entire day. It's really nothing. And then, of course, you're hoping, you could spend money, right? You could do that. But you're hoping to catch these little packs, open them up, get items, like another plot of land. Nope, just another leak. To add to your farm, I like that they went with the farm theme because, you know, farming is very popular in a lot of things. Bird food. Okay, I actually really needed that bird food. Let's go back to the farm. Let's feed these chickens. I think chickens is the same as bird food. Throw a 111 in the chat if you think this chainers is interesting at all, just to get a little bit of dough. Obviously, like, I've made 50 cents in BNB with literally minimal at all effort, and I'm just now like kind of starting to build up like my actual farm. And I'm getting these immutable X or immutable gems. They give you quite a few of them. I have absolutely no idea what they're good for. I should probably go figure that out at some point, what they're actually good for here. And, oh man, they had a whole little thing going on. It must already be over, so that sucks. And then the only other game that they have out right now, because there's like mini games in here. You have the farm. The farm is the basic, right? Then you have the shooter game, which the whole point of this is just to get another little NFT pack and hope that you get something good for your farm. Then there's 2 new games coming soon that we don't really know what they are yet. Got 2 111s in the chat. Shout out to Melissa and Raw Handyman. All right, let's go. This game is simple. Just a point and shoot game. Honestly, when you're sitting there just shooting, it's not like unfun. It's kind of more fun than Maddle is, for sure. The French fries are your currency. Ooh, I got a shotgun, so let's rack them up. Ooh, more TNT. Did I not get that TNT? Come on now. And it starts off slow. Pretty sure I'll be like backed in the corner here in no time. Unable to shoot them as fast as they're coming. And basically, once you get over 1,000 points, you kind of guarantee that you get one of those NFT packs. So far, I don't think I've ever not gotten one, unless it was like the first time I played it and I had no idea what I was doing. It's very possible. These shotgun shots are far more useful when there's actually more stuff to shoot. It's like 5 players on the board here. Dang it. I thought I put him down. All right, easily getting up to 400. This round has felt extremely easy for some reason. And all I want is to get something good for my farm, like another plot of land. So that I can grow more things at a time. Because if I can grow more things at a time, then, well, I can easily make more BNB, right? I did not get that in time. Bummer. Oh man, I am just stuck in here. I'm about to get my first loss ever. Need to not be so reckless. So close here. It's like getting to that point in the game. Man, I do not have the health. It would be really nice to get some health here. Oh, there it is, the TNT. And I'm back to full health. All right, backing me into another corner. Hit that TNT again. Oh, I'm over 1,000 already. Okay, now I can die. It doesn't really matter. And yes, you're probably thinking this game seems kind of stupid. That's fair. I'm in it for the incentive here, not because I think this is an amazing DeFi game. But if playing this once a day allows me to get, you know, more good stuff and make money a little bit faster in this game, then I'm going to do that. For sure, I'm going to do that. Now that I know I'm like already up, I'm just going to wreck out here and see how wild I can get, how reckless I could get without dying. I don't think the higher the number that they really give me more stuff, but that would be cool. Would make a lot of sense too. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Got the TNT. We can keep this running for a minute at this rate. And at one point, the game kind of starts to get a little bit boring. And you're like, I should just run into them and die so that I can go ahead and just get what I came here for. But then the competitive nature pops in and you're like, maybe I could get to 3,000. You get to 3,000, you're like, maybe I could get to 5,000. And so on and so forth. Oh, another TNT. And there we are already at 3,000. And I am backing myself into a corner again. Kind of feels like a Monday out there. Really didn't feel like a lot of people had a lot of stuff to say tonight. A little bit. A few people had things to say. Dang, I am getting so cornered here. Wow. And I just did it again. It's kind of crazy. Alright, once I get to 5,000 though, I gotta call it quits. I can't be playing this all night. This is taking way too long. Oh man. Oh no, do they give you like an all-time high score or anything? Jeez. Keeps them coming, huh? Almost to 5,000 here. Come on now. Was that really necessary? Lots of health. Pick up all the health. Keep hitting all of the TNT. Alright, we hit 5,000. And I'm pretty much done with this. It was a good round. I just spam click as I just walk into all of the enemies here. There we go. Alright, that's enough of that. Sorry if anybody was getting bored of that. We got over 5,000. Let's see. Does that get us something legendary? Womp, womp, womp. All right. Actually, we did. We actually did get something legendary. It was just fertilizer. Which the fertilizer you can use to speed up the plant stick grow, but also you can use the fertilizer to upgrade your plots. And I have enough to upgrade my plot, but I don't have enough CFB, the in-game currency, to do it. Alright, let's redo these here. The leak takes 45 minutes. No, I don't want that. So when you go here, you can upgrade your plots. And I can just close one of the ones that I have here. And does it say that I have one already chilling? Maybe I need to pull that out. But it costs 25 CFB to merge it. Why is it acting like I have a plot? Because I do have a plot. Didn't realize that. Let's go ahead and throw something in it. What do we got? These strawberries. We'll throw that in there. All right. And we got some bird feed. I already did that. All right, let's move along. Let's talk about Panzer dogs. And wow, a lot of people sticking with me here. I appreciate you guys. We are at 2 hours and 43 minutes into the stream. What do you guys want to talk about? You know, I can just play games and basically just keep streaming and play games. But how's everybody feeling? Anybody want to talk about anything? Bankroll, you still here? He's always got something he wants to talk about or look at. I think Blues Guy left. Blues Guy, are you still here? I would like to know. I'm going to play a round of Panzer Dogs. It's almost like DeFi Gaming Friday is actually just at the end of every stream. Kind of feels that way. After I play a round of Panzer Dogs, so I'm going to bounce back over to our fishing game. That's a cool one to add, especially to DeFi Gaming. I don't know. It feels a little bit like gaming. I don't know if it's actually gaming. It's probably more like mining, but then again, so is Chainers. Chainers is a little bit more like mining than a game. But I kind of like the idea of putting, you know, a gaming aspect onto like your mining. That's kind of cool. I rock with that. Wow, I got him to 15. And then he steals my kill. What's up with that? Ooh, got him down to 25. And then he wants to hide in the bushes. Got another one. Crushing. I don't know if this game will ever not be fun. I guess after I play like 25 rounds of it, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of done with it. But initially, it's always fun. Melissa says she's good. Shout out to my people who come to the stream and they stay for the whole stream. I could not ask for better support, better mods. I say it like every stream, but it's because I mean it. I really appreciate you guys. And when you're YouTubing and stuff, you know, people get really big and it's all about them. But like you're only as good as like people who come and care and are actually, you know, I want to say hardcore about your channel, about your streams. If those people weren't there, you got nothing. But a lot of time put in. All right, 10-1. We did all right with these randos in here. Bankroll says, I'm locked in right now listening. Hey, I respect that. I know you're busy. The fact that you're here and listening, even though it's towards the end of the stream, and of course, you're busy trading and stuff, that's cool. We pumping on Zek. Nice. All right, let's go back to Fogo here. Let's see. Wow, we're already back up to full durability. Okay. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better, because what I was worried about is that you're going to kind of run through your durability. It'll take like 24 hours in order to like get more ability. And then at that point, it's just going to take you literally forever to get any fish here. Oh, those electrolytes taste good. 390 entry. I bought the dip. Nice. I'm going to be in there with you soon, Bankroll. I really am. I want to start this new thing where I'm going to be getting up at 5:30. No, 7:30. 5:30 is a little too early for me when I go to bed at like 3 a.m. That's only like 2 hours of sleep. That's not going to do it. That was a lot of hits in this one. Bang. So I want to see on the auto cast here. Did it just do like 3 at one time? Sure looked like it. That was crazy. Alright, so if I leave this and come back, does it still keep going? Yeah, it does. I wonder if the auto cast is like slower or about the same rate as what you increase. So he could just auto cast like forever. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, it seems that way. Looks like the auto cast about as fast as it regenerates. I'm a fan of that. So you could just leave this thing on auto cast like 24/7. I like that. I like that idea a lot. All right, I got the daily login for Maddle. Will Maddle ever pay us for having 568,000 trophy points? I don't know. I really don't. 390. Yep. Zcash 390. I bought the dip. Yeah, how much lower can it go? Is the FUD over for Zcash? I hope so. What is this person? Oh, the Chill House Forever. They wanted us to play with the Ninja before. Oh, with Rambo. Who's Rambo? Oh, that's got to be... Nope, that's the Phone Sniper. I kind of like the Phone Sniper. Who is Rambo? Black, white, blue, purple, Herald, Monkey, Phone Sniper. I don't think I have Rambo. Oh, that's the Ninja. That's Rambo. What do I gotta spend money to get those? Probably. Alright, let's throw our multiplier on. Because I'm only going to play one of these games anyways. We'll do the 3x multiplier. Hopefully I don't get killed quickly, because that would suck. And hopefully I get the right upgrades. What really controls this game, if anybody cares, is the upgrades that you get. But you don't really get to pick which upgrades come to you, right? So when they feed you nonsense upgrades, your options are stupid. You lose, because you don't get you don't get more damage, you don't get more speed, then you pretty much have nothing. To whom it may concern. And if I do ever get an airdrop out of this thing, it'll be probably the most effort I ever put into an airdrop. As far as actual consistent day after day time. Let's increase that speed a little bit, because I can already tell that I'm going to need it. It seems like they cranked the difficulty level up on this thing when I increase the rewards. We're going to need that speed earlier than later, I think. Now I just need me a magnet. Cool. Grab me some health. I need some of that life steal. That's the upgrade that I need here. That will do 50% more damage since the only good option that I have. The purple foxes coming out of the woodworks here. Open another box, get me some more health. Kind of feeling a little amped up. Do I go all night on the DeFi games? Maybe discover some new DeFi games? Probably not. I just said I was trying to fix my schedule and get up early. Then I'm like, all night. Let's go all night. All right, now I'm super fast. Sometimes being overly fast in any game is actually more problematic than it is good. I can feel that boss coming in at any moment now. I need to stack up on some health. There it is. What did I say? Been playing this game too long. Definitely need that lifesteal. That is critical until the very end of the game. Then it doesn't help me at all. Let's go. More lifesteal. I'll take more lifesteal. All right, we're pretty racked out. If I could win a game in like maximum 3x mode, probably hit all the quests. Well, they changed them, so maybe not hit all the quests. Not gonna lie, pretty tired on the day. I spent like oh my goodness, I turned my head for a minute to heal and I got myself killed. Well, that sucks monumentally. And that went all my energy, which is fine because I really didn't want to play again. Just wanted to play one round. I am posting some DeFi games in Discord from Monad ecosystem. Well, shout out to Melissa. Thank you. That's really cool. Oh, in GameFi. Look at you posting it in GameFi. That's pretty cool. What is Grimmy's? Monad's first fast food restaurant. Is this like a Dine and Dash or whatever that game was? Earn Grimmy. Okay. I am in. Grimmy.fun. Let's go check that out. Thank you, Melissa. That's awfully kind of you. Let's see how we're doing over here. Wow. It literally, you can auto mine forever with this thing. That's pretty good when you compound this thing over like, you know, several days. Let's see what we're at. Maybe $10 won't be such a bad fee to transition. Now, hopefully with the $10 transition or processing fee, I should say, hopefully they'll take that directly out of like the fish that I already have. Would make a lot of sense. Start the auto cast now that I ran that thing down. And it's Grimmy. .fun. It's like a casino of chance, I guess. Employer status not active by Grimmy. Connect a wallet. What kind of wallet does it want? I guess MetaMask. Do we connect the MetaMask wallet? I'm always a little bit sketched out on these things. But I love having more. Okay, it says network FlareNet. I don't think I want to be on FlareNet. Let's see what happens. Pretty sure I don't want to be on FlareNet for this. All right, choose which wallet to use for paying. An embedded wallet uses your existing wallet balance. Requires transaction signed for each bet. I don't Oh. I guess we'll connect this wallet. And it costs Monad. Of course, I don't have any Monad. Oh, it's heads and tails on the burger. It looks like tails slaps a lot. I don't have 250 of Monad. I don't have any Monad, actually. So that's a problem. No profit share, no greased up rewards, employer status not active. Okay. I don't want to read this. I get it. It's a betting game for flip heads or tails. 100 Monad. I guess I'll have to put some Monad in here. I don't know. I don't know that I'll do it right this second. Did you drop any other ones by chance? Oh, you sure did. Lumiterra. Open world survivor game. Melissa, do you have a link to this Lumiterra that you could drop on me? Whenever you drop these games, if possible. I mean, this one, it had it in it, right? Grimmy.fun. But in any other ones, if you could drop the links, that would be pretty awesome. I'll check back in a minute. I'm enjoying this fishing one. I'm not going to lie. I like how fast it reloads. So then it doesn't... Then it's not so lame when it misses like a bunch of times because I know I'm going to get a bunch of options. I don't know if I've ever gotten anything better than a common fish at this point. Man, it actually goes up really fast, which is kind of cool. Appreciate it. You're the best, Melissa. I wonder, is there like a history function? So the difficulty is 10,212. I don't know what that means. I really don't. Just throw this thing back on autocast and run another round of Panzer Dogs right after I collect some of my stuff on. Nice to have 4 plots of land now. Or 4 plots of farm. Sorry, not land. And I can combine some of these if I have multiples. I combined 2 strawberries to get this green strawberry, which is cool because the higher the rarity, the more you have a chance of actually getting like rare items or just random items. Maybe not rare, but random items. And let's go in here and let's add to our B&B bag. I really need to start mining the CFB instead of the B&B. Bankroll, thanks for being active in the chat. And let's run a round of Panzer Dogs. And let me refresh this over here. Let's see how many likes we got. 11 likes. Okay. If everybody could stop and double check that they hit that like button, that would be awesome. I'm really feeling one of these days here soon, maybe Friday, I'm going to do a super long stream. It's so funny. Every time I try to do something like big or something like that, I always mess up the day for it, right? Always mess up the day for it. Like I wanted to do like that live stream that one day. And actually, you know, that October, that Halloween, the Halloween live that I did, still one of my biggest hours. I got 82 watch hours for that stream. It was about 6 hours, right? I don't want to call it 6 hours worth of work, but it was 6 hours of streaming. 82 watch hours. There you go. It's really not too bad. Oh, I cooked him I cooked him so hard. I wish y'all saw that shot. Rocket took out the wall, hit the oil barrel, hit him with the 500 damage, then the radius damage on the oil barrel. I mean, I cooked him on that one. Oof. Got one. Got another one. Where y'all at? Come and get some. Take that rocket. Need to get far enough away from him I don't get damaged with it. Oh man, I'm just straight cooking them. Sorry, I can't find a link. It keeps sending me to the same page with no link. Okay, I mean, there's a good chance that they haven't actually launched a working product yet. You have a ticker for the project? You could just drop it right here in the chat. If you do come across a link for it, you can always let me know. At any point, you can just hit @underground, get my attention. I know you know how to do it. Don't know why I'm saying that. Don't know why I'm telling you that. Whoa, what just happened? That's so weird. It kicked me out of my... Okay, that made no sense. It like kicked me out of my account over where I play my music, and then it just put me back in. That kind of made no sense, but whatever. I'm not going to complain about it. Just get the music back to rocking. Maybe turn the music up a little bit. Says I will. Thank you very much. I've been doing this experiment now for a little while, and it's really odd. Like, I'll like my own, live from my page, and then about somewhere halfway through the stream, it will take away the like from, the one that I actually liked it on. It's very weird. I don't know why it does that. Let's see how long we've been alive now. Now we just hit 3 hours. If you love the live streams, the long live streams is what I really meant to say. Throw 111 in the chat. I noticed we're getting low on viewership though. 3 hour stream, we got 6 people here. And I don't know if that thing's ever right. Don't get me wrong. It's probably wrong. Because then it'll jump up to like 8, 9 people in like 2 seconds here. Let me go see how many people. Had 76 people come through the stream tonight. That's not too bad. We had 1 super chat. So, of course, shout out to Blues Guy who gave that super chat. I noticed that the lifer always has like a pop-out chat that he can toggle in between like his super chats and his regular chats. I just figured out how to do it. Wait. Did I? That's live chat and top chat. But not super chat? He toggles and he pulls up his live chats. I don't know how he does that. Timestamps, participants. Okay. Well, for whatever reason it doesn't give me that capability, which is kind of weird. Oh, she found the link. That's cool. Let's see. Get rid of that. Need to pull it up. Too many tabs open. I'm like not getting back to the right place at all. Get rid of this. Too many tabs open. I haven't seen that many impressions on a Twitter post ever, which would be cool if I didn't have to pay for them. My organic impressions was like 219. It's a little experiment that I'm running with the paid posts over there. All right, we can crush that. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of this. ChatGPT did us pretty solid there. All right, let's go take a look. Bro.fun. So it looks like notion.site.game. Yeah, how do I click on that? This is what you are asking for as in a link. I mean, I think so. Okay, so this is the game download. So I just need to bring it up in the right place. Pulling it from the chat like myself is a little weird, but I figured it out. So here's the game download. How do I play Lemuria? Or Lumitera. I just say Lemuria because that's pretty much what it's based off of. Get Norton free. Man, I hope it doesn't do one of those things where like you download it and then it's like, now you have Norton virus protection like in the back, and then like you can never delete it. I hate those things. So it's coming to iOS soon. It's live on Windows and Mac. Okay. It's kind of cool. I like it. I wish I knew a little bit more about it. Got a download for Windows. Have you downloaded this, Melissa, by chance? Have you played this? I'm assuming maybe you haven't. I mean, it looks cool. My only thought is I don't know anything about it. And I really hate to get burned downloading something like that. Now, I take that chance all the time on different games when I download it. So don't get me wrong. It is what it is. I feel like I'm about to go into like a full sprung, like another 3 hours DeFi gaming. I don't know if that is the best move for me right now, as much as I kind of want to do that. Looks like a pretty simple game. All right, how many, I'm going to go ahead and follow them too. How many, 183.4 thousand followers, followed by Loot Go, MMO Sandbox, Open Economy AI Agent. Survival Season 1 is offline. Thank you for surviving with us. If you were part of the season, let us know. Every track is a record. No, me neither. All right. Let's take a gamble, shall we? Do I rug all of my accounts on this computer, which, by the way, are all basically, I don't know, wallets with nothing in them. So, and by nothing, I mean like a few $100. So let's talk about Windows download. And let's see when it comes up. Can I scan it? Thanks for downloading. What are all these other random games, though? These other games look like trash. Thank you for downloading. I should start my day. If it doesn't, check it out. Try Icho's desktop app. Nah, I'm good on that because none of those look like good games. It's being scanned. All right. So, was it good? I'm assuming it was good because it said it was scanned. Extract all. Let's put this to the... I want to make sure this goes to the right place here. And let's make sure it goes to games. Yeah, let's go there. Select folder. Extract. And I'll let you guys know if this is a wallet drainer. You will know here in just a moment. Doing the research for you. I hope that's worth a like or two. Maybe a subscribe or two. Just being reckless on the internet. Check wins. Let's go. I definitely will do that in just a minute, brother. Let's see. Let's open this application as I go check out the wins. And I see you put bro.fun. Here's another one. Wow, you keeping them cooking. I will, you know I love DeFi game. I will check out all of those. Server is under maintenance. Okay. So I downloaded it, but the server is under maintenance. Now we're going to wins. Bankroll should have a link. Okay, here it is. Came through. Look at that. 20x on Zek. He hit $340. You go, Bankroll. Proud of you, man. I don't know if that means anything, but I've been watching you, man. So I'm allowed to be proud of you, right? I like what you're doing. I think you're a smart dude who's figured something out because you're winning. Now, I ain't taking nothing away from you. It's a good environment right now. That's part of winning, is noticing when the environment is turns around, it's not good on you anymore. If you can recognize bankroll when the environment turns around and rather, you know, stop longing or start shorting or whatever you want to do, but not give it back in the time, then you're doing good. There is an app hub for games. I love how much research you've been doing for Monad and stuff like that. It's really cool. That's how I know you're such a great fit for this community, because you definitely get in there and look at stuff, and that's really awesome. That's the type of thing I like to see, the compounding interest. It's hard to find people who really put some work in, like Melissa does, like Bankroll does, like Blues Guy does. But even just a few of them make a huge deal. Look at chart, caught bottom, sold top. Let's go. I've been waiting for this bull run, bro. You've been waiting for this bull run. I'm with you, man. I have been waiting for this bull run for like feels 4 years now. 4 years now. I've been waiting for this bull run. So I'm with you. I'm not trying to outweight you for this bull run, but just trying to say I feel you. I feel you, man. Let's go to his bankroll TA, where I assume he put a chart. He said something about a chart. Look at chart. Where's the chart, brother? I want to show people the chart, but I don't see the chart. Is it in the wins? I don't see a chart in the wins either. Oh, look at the. He's telling me to look at the chart myself. Duh. One thing, bankroll, you might want to do though is actually post your chart a little bit more often. I know you put some charts, but try to put some more charts for the people, right? I think they would appreciate that. And I don't want to mess up this one, but let's go to this one. Let's go to Zek. Zek's got to be here on the more recent. Kind of want to look at Jasmine. I don't know why I blanked out earlier. I took a nap, guys, right before the stream. And so, like, I got to the stream and started, and I'm just like, I think I remember how to run this show. It took a minute for me to wake up and get there. I guess I don't have it up. Zek. Yeah. But anyways, at this point in the stream, I'm well awake. I'm just saying, look at Zek. Yeah, I figured it out, bankroll. Sorry. Maybe I'm a little slow sometimes. What's it to you? All right, cool. Yeah, let's take a look at this. I like to start big, right? Let's go look at the daily, where it had a pretty... Wow, actually... I mean, look at that. It's pretty crazy. Look at this. So the previous all-time high for Zcash was like 378, and you're coming back down to that, right? Like, you're like testing support on that. Bink, I don't know if you went that far. Like, look at where you are. Like, on the daily, I doubt you. I doubt. Maybe I'm wrong. I doubt you went back and looked this far as the all-time highs here, where maybe like big support would be. And then we'll roll forward and we'll bring it up. But on the daily, what I see, if you zoomed out enough, is this big flag. I like that. It's a cup and handle too. Like, don't miss that. So when you get good at seeing, like, and I'm not saying like, and I don't need to say anything because these are my regular people here. And so you got the flag, but you also got the cup and handle. So that kind of gives you two different measured moves. this big daily measured move, which takes you to like $1,129. Woo. There's that. And then there's like the smaller cup and handle here, which of course is saying something like, you know, not till the 13th of February. Sell, I bought the big dip today. Nice. Do you see bankroll? This daily flag? This is why I always start way, you know, zoomed out and then zoom in. I mean, you could say way more, and I go to like weeklies and stuff, but nothing happened for a really long time. So that'd be kind of pointless, right? Let's drop into the 8 hour where all of this is still relevant and true. But we could get into a little bit more of like the price action he's trading. He's not trading the daily. Honestly, you could definitely argue that this is a bit of a bearish continuation pattern and you just caught that pump. What would be the bearish retest of the 200 MA? And then it could keep dropping. That's I know I got a lot of stuff going on here. I can keep it straight. Hopefully you can too. But if you zoom in, you had a big fall, right? Big fall here. And then you got the upward wedge. That usually gives you a fall again. Bounce to the 4 hour. And of course, look at this support line that I got here, right? That support line is the previous all-time high. And look at it. You had it in a lot of places. Yep, that's the highest one. All of these are previous highs, this top one being the highest. And you have there. You have it somewhat as resistance there, right? It actually came down through it to the next one. Bounced off of that. This is classic support and resistance here. Bounce there. And you're basically bouncing there again. So in reality, there's a good chance that you get another bounce off of this, you know, all-time high, because that's basically where you're bouncing from. Now I'll pop to the hour to actually show it. Actually looks better on the 4 hour. Maybe the 2 hour is better. But you got this kind of shoulder, head, and shoulder. Could rock with that. And let's go to the 15 minute. Because that's maybe closer to what he's got going on. Still close. You're above the 200. You're close to the 21 on the 15. I don't know if I'd consider that flagging out yet. It's very upwards. Let's go to the 5. Yeah. So in the 5, you got... Yeah, I don't want to hold this lev for that long, so I'm zoomed in. Oh, I understand that. You're scalping. Totally understandable. I got you. Yeah. Had a nice little inverted head and shoulder on the 5 minute. Boom, boom, boom. Let's pull that measured move because it looks like it hit it. Let's see if it's spot on, though. Literally spot on. Gotta love TA. TA is beautiful. So yeah, that 5 minute hit its measured move there. And now, on the 5 minute, you got bearish divergence on your RSI. And honestly, on a 5 minute chart, that's why I say the smaller time frames that you get into bankroll, the divergence plays out, but it's like that was your divergence, right? And that was ugly. I didn't need to make such a big circle, but like that's your divergence, honestly. It could start a farther downtrend, but a lot of times it won't. So then when you roll into the 1 minute, what do you got? You're above the 1 minute, interacting with the 21. It's probably not the most like optimal time for the trade, but if you're going to take one, it looks good up to 432 from 418, which even right now from that move is a 3% move on some 20x leverage is beautiful with your stop loss basically down under that support right there, or what is basically the 200. You get down under that support. Let's see. Let me back a few things out here. Let's pull up our long position from where we are. to the height of that little move we pulled. It's like a 4-to-1. So yeah, you can get, where's your 3-to-1? You can get your 3-to-1 under the 200. That's a beautiful move. This is probably one I'll regret not taking. I don't love the time. Like, I don't love taking it at midnight. There's a good chance it rolls over, comes back down to the 2, wipes out, maybe sweeps liquidity. I wouldn't trade it right now. It's not going to be there later because this is a 1-minute chart. Anyways, that had a lot of stuff going on there. I want to look at Jasmine. Oh, look at that. I mean, it looked like you had a nice inverted head and shoulder there, but when you have, like, if you think about it, if you have a range, wow, that's probably the straightest line I've ever drawn, and you go up, all right, right here, you have one more hump, you have an inverted head and shoulder. And honestly, let's get rid of that. I don't know why I drew it like that, because it's ugly, right? This is like perfect range trading here. So like when you got to here, let's grab the right thing. All right, so when you got here, it was like, oh yeah, for sure, this is a head and shoulder pattern. This is in a range, right? But then it didn't actually dump, and it went in the range some more, and you were like, oh, obviously this is an inverted head and shoulder pattern. But then it didn't do that either, and then it made another one, and you're like, okay, now I'm lost. It's like, it's both. You got both going on. That's when you have to almost realize, like, no, I'm actually in a range, right? I'm in a range. And this looks like a inverted head and shoulder, but it turns out it was more of an actual head and shoulder. And that's why I started explaining that, because see, that range wasn't perfectly up and down. Like, it was slanted, but you were in a range. You're like, oh, I got a head and shoulder. And then it was like, no, I got an inverted head and shoulder. What ended up playing out, I would say that first head and shoulder, if you want to pull that, yeah, I gave you all that and more. And this is Jasmine on the 1 minute, so I should really chill on that. And let's go look at like the hour. I don't like to trade the 1 minute no more, to be honest. Wow, look at that thing. Look at that flag on the hour. That's a beautiful flag on the 1 hour. Almost makes me want to take it to the 4 hour. Yeah, let's take it to the 4 hour. And then again, you have up, up, down, up, down, up, down. Is it inverted head and shoulder on the top? Is it a head and shoulder on the bottom? Or is it just a range? Is it just a flag? Let's pull that measured move. So Jasmine to a 0.013. This is kind of my prediction here. It's on the 4 hour. Let's bounce that to the hour here. Ooh, and another one. See, this is the trades I really like. Another one, same thing. Let's pull this down on the hour. Let's go to the long position. Pull that up. Let's bounce this to the top. Bang. And you can hide under the latest. Wow. I actually really like this on Jasmine. I'm like, where can I go trade Jasmine perpetuals here? Let's get off of that so I can grab my brush. So being able to hide both under the 200 and these lower support areas, that makes me really happy as far as a trade. Man, I could be all the way down here and still have like almost a 5-to-1 bankroll. You seeing this? This might be a trade bankroll on the hour for a longer trade. I don't know. You might like this. This is one of those ones where it's like, and look at this. Here's another thing. Look on the hour. Go, get out of here. On the hour, you got really, really tight moving averages. All you really need here is tight stop loss. Put it right down here at 0.00805. Very little risk. If you want to take the more extended thing here, maybe turn your leverage. Right. Oh, there it is. So I found a quick way actually to reset that microphone, and thank God, because hey Melissa, I fixed it. Oh, okay. She hung up. She sees that I've fixed it. So God knows where I was that I quit talking, or that you quit hearing me. Your mic can't hear. No mic. Okay. Well, guys, at this point we've been live for 3.5 hours, and I'm loving it. This is Wolf of Wall Street. I ain't going nowhere. No, I really need to go hop off, and I'm willing to bet I got a lot of work to do on the business. Maybe I'm avoiding it. Oh, just calling again. Melissa, did you mean to call again? Did my mic go out again? Is that even possible? What just happened? No, I want my audio. Okay, no, we still got the mic. Cool. Man, all this time that I've had to like mess with the microphone, and I realized that if I just unplug my Focusrite and plug it back in, it resets it. Oh, that hurts a little bit. All the times I've restarted my computer. I feel like I've tried it before and it didn't work. There it is. Absolutely. I'm going to start setting the super chat goal back to 1 super chat. That way I can feel accomplished and we'll hit it every time. Yo, I love how fast. I'm glad that I did this actually. Spent the $5 on a boat here. I actually at this point kind of wish I would have spent the $10, but I digress. I wish I could get the $10 boat and then like gift it as an NFT or something to somebody else. That would be pretty cool. I'd love to hook somebody up with it. I actually wonder, is this an NFT that I could actually like send? Because that would be really fire. Transaction in, re-out, receive, activity, sessions, history transaction. I don't want to go to the Explorer. If my boat is like not an NFT, I'm gonna be really disappointed in this. Like, it should be an NFT. Even if they made it like an NFT that I'm not allowed to like sell, which would be stupid. But I should be able to like buy 10 of these and send them out to people in my group. You know what I'm saying? Like, dropping the ball a little bit there. Great stream tonight. It's fine. If I'm holding you up, Melissa, feel free to bounce out. And I appreciate that you saying that. Just going ham on this. This thing actually, like what I was starting to say, I don't know if I finished my thought here, was that the durability or like your casts on this, they come back so fast. It's kind of crazy. Like, you're looking, I'm just going on and off, because if I just sit on it, I don't think it'll update. But if I go back and come back, it's like every, I don't know, 3 or 4 seconds. Every 3 or 4 seconds, I get another one. So, like, if I throw this thing on auto, it'll be, like, at the top durability, and it'll just chill there. I don't know. I wish I could speed it up. Can you? No, you can't make it faster. Because, honestly, the auto cast could go a little faster. But you could put this thing on auto cast and just leave, and it'll never like get down to the bottom. It's kind of crazy. The supercast thing didn't really feel like it was worth it to me, to be honest with you. But I'd be interested to let this thing run overnight. Beard is itchy. I need to go put some oil on that bad boy. But yeah, definitely feel like letting this thing run all night and seeing what the heck it does. Now what are we up to? Let's see how many people came through the stream now. 81. It's hard to end the stream once you've been streaming 3.5 hours, because it's like, man, we already made it to 3.5 hours. Like, let's do 7. But like, there's not a lot of people on the stream, so it's like, it's not really worth going ham all night. But one day, for sure, we will do that. Also, I'm enjoying playing these DeFi games. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't really remember what Blues Guy said. I guess I'm gonna check out some of these other videos, see if maybe I put those out. See how the volume is on them. I don't know. I'll check them out. So there might be another video with me and Blues Guy coming out tomorrow, and I might have him record him with a new mic or whatever. We'll see. Oh, chicken feed, and I don't have any more. Just got one egg. Chicken feed's hard to get. Place? You can place it? Oh, just place it in there. Okay. Oh, I was just saying I need to do the CFB instead. Man, you don't get much CFB either. Gotta get some more valuable stuff to sell. Very interesting. Okay, let me try to open this up again. I don't know why I have it open twice. Let's refresh this. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I see what happened. Let's go to game. Crashpad handler. Unity game player. Said the server was down for maintenance. So it like came up and then it says server down for maintenance. You click OK and then it closes it. So like I didn't really get the opportunity to show anything here, confirm, and it closes it. All right, so we're gonna have to try that one another day. I'm here to the end. I know you are such a trooper, Melissa. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for all of our sake here. Have a great night. Stay underground, stay crypto, absolutely for sure. And I appreciate everybody being here. It's my job, and I love to do this job, and I love to do the job. Wow. That is some dedication that you just couldn't ask for. Melissa, just know, when we get big and we have a good channel, I'm gonna pay you to be a part. And I'm not gonna promise you nothing right now. Just know that I have it in my mind and my heart to do that, to honor your dedication to this channel. When I get a chance to do it, I will, even if it starts really small, because you deserve it for dedicating yourself to the channel so early on. Not a lot of people would do that. I appreciate you greatly. And I'm going to go ahead and end it. Stay underground, stay crypto, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. There'll be another stream tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. Crypto Ron out as I figure out how to end my own stream. Later, Bankroll. I can be in the chat if anybody wants to chat in the Discord. It's linked in the chat.